how do you play as Brusco right now? Because if you go in the same way as before, I think it's gonna be the same result. I think he has to wait for them to overextend into the.
Oh, there you go.
TC,
Flicker Divine Judgment. When is he gonna do it? He'll do it in the 10th minute. Cars jumps in onto Bunny. Still a good flicker out right now as they try to siege down in the bottom lane.
Oh, man.
Now just got melted down. The Electrifying Beast not able to dish out enough damage in 11 minutes. They are threatening the game, and they've lost the 2 Bs in the team. Brusco and Banana, only 1 B left standing to defend this mid lane base turret. Let's see if Rebellion can do it right now. Low brings them all back in. Cars into the back by the red, and the last B.
Mike's on.
Cutie.
Mike's on.
2 members
Where's my sound?
Brusco and Clay, they're looking to end right now as these.
Where's my sound?
Cancels out.
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry.
Absolutely dominated.
There we go.
RQ has been taken.
RQ lost game 1. Sorry I'm late.
Rebellion.
I'm sorry I'm late, guys. I'm sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm late, yo.
Wow, Rebellion, what a performance.
No excuse.
Especially in that late of a game, the execution is just insanity.
That was clean. That was a clean performance. I thought if they do it, it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be difficult.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Man, they just made it look that simple.
That micro play though, Swalo with the flicker, Shadow Stampede, and Cars with the micro as well. The combo, Shaq and Kobe, Salvi and Iniesta. No, we have Cars and Swalo in the building.
Just like the Arc, man. He was just Cars last season. We said Cars 2. Now it's Cars 3, baby.
Rebellion having a good day.
No. Yeah, it is better than 2. It's not better than 1.
Yeah, one is that? Yeah.
But for this context, he's better than 1.
Wow, man. He was doing everything. Lane control, pressure, assassinations. Initiations, that's crazy.
He's a machine.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
He's him.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom, bro.
You know how fast he is?
Vroom, vroom, bro.
Ka-chow, bro. Whew. Game highlight, the aggressive play from Cars, and Swalo brings Rebellion
Graph hasn't even started yet.
In game 1. That final play from Swalo too, to just pull 3 members in. They just know what they want.
Taking away comfort from Spider Miles in terms of the setup and the heals. There's the R-Lot you were looking for also. And I believe the last...
Yo, I'm not going to lie, guys. I still have not read the patches. We could do that now. I need to read the patches now, honestly. Let's see.
Again, they have their CC, they have their vision. There's something I didn't mention that comes up often in drafts is peel. And there you go immediately. I doubt that this Shredder is going to go into the... Right now.
But yeah, game 1 for Rebellion Esports. RQ just had no break whatsoever. Objectives, team fights, all of it. Like the far lane pressure that Cars put against Banana.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Keep up as a Thomas.
This morning,
like, it's just
today,
all over the place
whatever it is.
for
It's
RQ.
4:30 a.m. for me, so.
As well. He drafted the perfect
Cheers.
draft for
Cheers,
his match.
mateys.
Oh man.
Those crafty drafts, man. Even there's some moments. I'm not trying to discredit Rebellion and say, oh, it's luck. But there are so many times in the big fights, in the neutral objectives, where they just survive with a sliver of HP. And the fact that they're able to just time when they're gonna retreat and move forward that well against RRQ. I mean, man, that is tough.
I think one of the examples of what you said is in the bottom lane, I believe Vincent had a chance to kind of sandwich.
Are they playing on?
Almost said Skylar again. Bunny Cutie with that Bruno.
Bunny Cute.
With that Voucher as well. But they didn't commit.
Patch right now?
They know that they don't really have that damage because D is not in the vicinity. He's already recalling. I like the discipline. I think I can see a lot of MPL teams doing the engage, but Rebellion, just the discipline is just off the charts.
We were criticizing everything in their game. Me mainly, I was criticizing them hard. Even in my video, their drafts were...
Even in my video, me too.
Very weird. Their playstyle,
I felt like Rebellion was going down this week, I'm not going to lie. Ritz, it's your bedtime. That's fair.
I don't think you want to do this though. That's the Kumar move. This part though. Hey, we'll see. We'll see that. We'll see if he mocks us.
I don't know if he has the jawline to do it, but the performance backs it up.
Vendetta definitely does.
We have to wait for a close-up, man. We just have to see that.
I definitely want to watch this game.
Let's see him mog us right now.
Over this game.
Mog.
Oh,
that's the meme. Mog.
Yep.
Anyhow. Anyhow, we're moving on to the game 2, and what I like about them is they're not really getting sidetracked by their chispig, you know.
Where do they announce the restreamers,
They're
man?
staying to their nature.
Someone sent me a post too of what's it called.
Works.
Yes.
Ken.
And just go for it. Like no need to
Ken, don't you
adjust
come in
a
here
lot
laughing.
When you already have that
Don't.
winning formula.
You come in here laughing.
You know how to get the W, then do it. It's as easy as that. Well,
RQ
not really,
hasn't
but
lost
you know what I
yet,
mean.
bro. They haven't lost.
Also, again, put some respect on Audie Teasy, man. We haven't seen the pickup playstyle so far, right? But with him,
They haven't
it almost
lost
seems like
yet.
It's a matter of time. It's so reliable from Audie, and that also augments the rest, everyone else, because they're concerned about the Divine Judgment. What do you know? It's a Electro Final Blow Pacify combo that starts the fight. So that kind of pressure is something that you really need if you're trying to shut down your opponent's game plan. Looking at the itemization, he doesn't care. He has the skills to back it up. He's going in full damage, and he was just one-shotting people left and right. That is ridiculous.
And I think one of the benefits of going full damage on a Benedetta is you clear lane match faster too, so you can rotate to team fights faster, and Banana cannot keep up. This is like
Let me look at this. MPL-PH was on Instagram.
This is how Benedetta should be played, I believe.
I mean, in fact, sometimes we see Banana just try and rotate so early on, and Cars, he'll take out a turret and then come join.
Poison.
Or even
Here we
towards
are.
the later stage of the game, he doesn't even come
Official
to join
regional
the fight, and
restreamers.
anyway, so their calculations on how ahead they are with the items, with the levels.
Where am I? Where am I? Where am I?
Player of the game
There I
highlights
am.
gold.
This is
International.
really, it's a bit weird, but I get what he's doing.
That's a
Because
good picture of
people
me.
try to make a play, but unfortunately, fire miss happened, Odyssey happened, and Vincent with
Because the Lily still looks good now. You put a Durance on that,
It's perfect.
and you
but it's not.
make the opponents regret picking up a sustain. What was that? I don't recognize.
Oh! That real?
That is.
That
I mean,
real?
It's not too
Clint,
far
baby.
from.
What's
the
up with the
apple
Clint
that
picks,
falls off from the
guys?
tree. Like this is very J-Lord.
Very
This is
J-Lord.
very hatred. And I'm wondering what
Clint
words
always
Coach
kind of
Enriquez
like
muttering
comes in at the
to Coach Vitoy.
randomest.
I'm loving it.
And
honestly, I'm
weirdest
loving it.
time.
Did not overthink. You were mentioning over and over, Ned. They were very backline
The
heavy. You know what?
randomest
Let's
and
go into the
weirdest
back line.
times. I know he's strong. It's
I
just
did
so
not
funny
expect
that
this,
like
but I am pleasantly surprised.
The
like
reason
nothing
why I
like he
think
didn't
there's
really
part
get a
of you
buff
that
or
doesn't
anything, did he?
sit well with it. Again, now in hindsight, I am also thinking twice.
For some reason I can't get to the
wave clear
patch
is-
notes on my phone.
It's dog water. As Gideon would say, it's dog water.
There they are.
Great way to put it.
When you're defending your inhibitor and you're up against the ropes, you're
You're gonna have to throw everything
Washer
but the
buff.
kitchen sink just to clear.
that's true. You want to say
Silvana
not very
buff,
good words.
Paquito buff.
It's hard, that's what it is. Just like life.
Paquito
in
buff is
general.
nothing too made.
But,
Ooh,
yeah,
early
this
game?
team lineup, if this works, it is.
That's kind.
quite
Even though it's only
big. If
50
it doesn't,
damage, it's
then,
kind of
well, I
big.
think we have a lot to think and talk about in terms of why that happened.
He's already got
So,
like such a mean mid
It's been quite
game.
some time. Welcome
Dawn
to
nerf,
the land of
sheesh.
Dawn. Welcome to MPL Philippines Season 13, where in the first game, we see a cushion in the mid lane.
This is gonna be fun times, and it's kind of uncanny because we mentioned
Hey,
this
Busa
already.
buff?
They're gonna try everything here in game number 1 in the first day, right off the bat. Just nothing to
One of
lose
your
here
nerfs,
for
6 to
TNC.
5 range.
What's the harm in
Is-
trying?
How, that's
I like
kind of
what they're
big, I
doing,
guess.
though. Again, they know that the
Biggie
cushion,
nerf.
as soon as he finds that combo early on, wins. But
Big
Little
early
Wonder
game
Battle
nerf.
going over to Minana.
His early game's already weak,
emblems.
though.
Again, this cushion is rocking penetration,
Wilderness
the
Blessing?
river wilderness
Yeah.
blessing, and the
Blinn
lethal ignition.
gets a
So
slight
definitely-
early game
definitely wants
buff.
to win that matchup. Wants to get one sword spike in, and then make Lancey regret, make Lancey wish it was 10 minutes later.
Wants to move really quickly. and then
Evos
get
versus
those spikes in
TNC.
and get out.
The battle for
And
8th
when you think
place.
about it, this channels back to the history of hatred.
So I'm
really,
trying to-
as starting
Is
off as
MPL-PH on a?
down to
I'm
the
pretty
exit
sure
rate, eventually
MPL-PH is on a
becoming
rolling
mid laner. Now
schedule.
he's flexing what he brings to the table for TNC. If you want me to be more of a backline mage, I can do that. I've got into the World Championship Grand Finals as that, but I can also play a
Which is
fast,
really cool,
play
guys.
Aggressive.
Ooh, guns are blazing here for Doming. Do you see that? How smooth these auto attacks are really sinking their teeth in. And Nomad gonna be just absorbing some damage here. And I think, yeah, the bottom lane fight is gonna happen later on. Let's have a look at the third layer.
All right, it spawns 2 minutes in. Something to note.
Yeah, so if you
gentlemen,
go
on
to
a-
MPLPH.com, guys,
piece for piece lane for lane.
All the second and third
TNC
games say rolling,
is not gonna win.
which
They
make me
need
think
to
it's
make
not a
these
set
2
schedule and a
and
rolling
3-man
schedule, which
gangs
is
work,
really
and then go
cool.
from there. Pick off, and then
Which is
next
really
they
cool
cannot
because it
just
means
take
games could actually
objectives the
start
way Minana
earlier.
can. Like this,
Like, so if this game ends really fast, game 2 could come
Vision and a
faster.
good strike in from Kirk. Dives into the lure here. Hatred to the first kill of MPL Philippines.
play,
Season
Ryzen
13,
able to get it.
And the turtle to boot. They're going strong. They're going heavy, and Kirk can't take it.
Oh, they thread the needle. They find that inch that makes the difference. I was saying pick off, and then the turn, and then the objective. TNC did exactly just that.
That's how you start off the season. The first turtle, the first big fight of Season 13. Hatred gets a double kill. The man that we painted as one of the new hopes of TNC. And I would like to call what TNC is doing now.
Not gonna lie,
TBS,
guys,
the throw
we're gonna
body
watch
strat.
this game
Because that literally
once it's
was
time.
just them throwing bodies at Minana Evos.
And
We're
what
gonna
makes
be
it so
watching
lethal
the
is as
RQ
you throw
game.
bodies, there's that little needle in the haystack.
Ow!
It's enough to incapacitate one, and then you go from there. You win by numbers, and that's exactly what they did. Their life bars were just but under half compared to Minana Evos, and again, you had the holy healing to boot. But when you pick off one already,
Lucian,
easily,
2-0.
the numbers go up against you, and the numbers don't lie.
Yeah, that's TNC knowing exactly where Minana hurts. Their front line is something that you can kind of just bypass, and once you go through that initial final slash, it looks pretty good for them.
Uh-oh.
Bottom lane.
Uh-oh.
And trying to see if he can get some hits on the Yasuo. Nomad there for the backup as well. Domeng just trying, you know what? He's trying to capitalize as much on his range, but he's not getting as many hits as he can.
Yeah, and I think at some point now, Minana Evos are going to decide whether or not they're going to commit for turtles or really just do everything they can to make sure Domeng can get to scale fast. By the way, this is the 1,874th game.
Brits, are you still awake?
MPL-PH.
Oh, thank you
For
for
victory.
Thank you for that. That's a lot of victories, Reigns.
And also L's. And again, that's how you learn, right? That's
A lot of L's.
TNC has got here. They know that they were going to face down an L if they don't try something new. And here, they're throwing bodies.
The
looking for
title?
pickoffs,
Oh
already,
no!
Wow.
Going for Grand Theft Purple. I think Ryzen's threatening the steal. He's trying to force Kaizen to use the retry. Kaizen does not budge.
As we set up for the turtle, this is what is expected of lineups that have tankier jungler
Oops.
and roamers compared to the
He's still
other
awake.
teams. They will invade. They will set the tempo like this. So
Just
again,
like to check in on
when
Ritz
will
sometimes,
Minana Evos
guys.
commit to helping Domeng instead, because they're clearly going to lose the major objective battle, Rockhart.
Yeah, that's right. They got great ways to get some vision in, but there's not much they can do about it. Right now, Ryzen, he's doing something about it.
Oh, don't
Spider
worry, we're not
Miles,
staying on this
put
match.
up very low. Domeng stuck under the turret here. Not really much he
We
can
got
do. And
fo-
Yasuo
we just
close
have a lot of
by.
time
He
until that
might
match.
just try to go for the turret.
I appreciate this rotation from TNC. This allows for them to buy space for Yasuo. And oh wait, fight him in!
Oh, beautiful fight here.
Oh.
Heads could go down, and I
No
think
way.
he will. Kirk making
What?
it so hard.
Oh!
though. What was that?
That's the BOS, man. That's the BOS. The body of Smith keeping heads alive. Plus the built-in spell vamp from his custom emblem, the fighter emblem. And that's it. He was just swinging around. I love how it just perfectly landed. The penalty zone. Like, all right, I just need this much life, and then we go.
Oh my goodness. Heads, the former XP laner of Euphoria Esports in the MDL in the Philippines, a champion in his own right, in another major international tournament for amateur teams. As we look at the items, anything standing out?
What's standing out to me is the fact that he did that while still having enough money to buy that casual Fury Hammer. He had enough money to build CC prevention boots, tough boots, and then the dominance ice. I mean, maybe the ice was built after that, but still.
I love
this is an
Leo.
economical advantage TNC's playing with. Did he steal?
Yeah, he did.
Grand Theft Purple!
4K the boot as well on the goal. That is just looking
Leo, man.
dogs all over for TNC. Plus, they're also camping up close onto these bushes. Feels so easy for them to take these objectives right now.
Teds
If
know
they
his
try to go
names.
for a contest on the turtle, they could.
You're
hurt on
silly.
top.
If you love the history of our great league here, seeing Hatred bring up an It's Onic Time sticker, feels good to see him back. Doesn't feel good for Minana Evos though, as TNC, it looks like they're going to be able to get this third turtle without a problem unless Minana Evos have a death wish, because it's way too risky.
Yeah, they're building up the pressure.
Oh!
I spoke too soon!
Lancey!
Okay, Lancey, you shut me up!
All right. That was as good as it gets here as well.
Totally forgot my train of thought. Lancey just from out of nowhere
So dirty.
That was insane.
That's a precise kill, is what they call it in the business.
So dirty.
It's a precise kill.
Yeah.
If only there was a precise kill notification for a turtle, right? Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, precise kill on the turtle. Lancey just gave me the look and nod of approval. Reptar, you can talk now after doubting me. Sorry, Lancey, but let's see how much did that do for Minana Evos' ability to come back here, because TNC is still in control, rock hard.
Yeah, they're not done yet. That's what Minana Evos is trying to do here. And now, obviously, they will still keep that turret.
That was
And
gross.
the next lord is very far away.
All right. About 8 minutes in, I think Minana Evos has an overload on vision.
Yes.
We're looking at a lineup that definitely knows what's coming up, but with very little anything to do when it does come up, especially with the lineup TNC has been able to draft.
Yes.
And the one glaring weakness at TNC that we pointed out was their wave clear or their map control. Again, you're seeing that in top lane. They were taken down tier 1, but that's about it. They'll not have to worry about it up until maybe Minana Evos is able to stabilize. I'm giving Minana Evos until maybe the 11th minute mark. If they don't fix anything, or if at least they're alive up to that.
Hopefully all you
second
guys watched
maybe, just maybe,
my week 2 prediction videos and NACT week 1 prediction videos.
That's essentially all they have.
You guys
to
left
do,
a
man.
comment
As long
about
as
how
Dolphins
horrible the predictions
alive down
are.
there or right down
I
in this case in the
appreciate it.
middle, they're fine. As long as he's
Leave a
collecting those
like.
stickers, they should feel good.
All
Right
that
now,
good
will
stuff.
They feel good once Hatred gets into these positions where he can make an assassination happen, which has not happened in the past few minutes.
Yeah, TNC Pro Team still in control, and again, I thought going into this they'd be the underdogs, but they're proving everyone wrong here. Playing very well together. The Filipino amateur scene gold laner is doing a tremendous job as a roamer. The rotations, the time.
If you guys haven't already, I really would appreciate it if you hit the like button.
Other members of TNC Pro Team,
It would mean the world to me.
natural.
Two
Thank you.
factors. Number one, as a
Really,
gold
thank
laner,
you.
You know where you need to be protected from.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
the
I know.
Yeah.
You know.
I know how
the
awesome all of you are, and I know that
skills
you've
of such
already
a
hit the
athlete
like
can.
button, right?
And
Yeah,
number
thank
two,
you.
Hatred is
Appreciate
amazing
it.
on comms.
Oh, look
That's
at that.
just what it is.
It's working. It's working.
Look at that Lord is going down. It's melted down real quickly here. KZ.
Lord getting melted.
He's here and
Kaizen.
he's gonna activate.
Gonna get knocked up. No one's Fury. Does miss.
And a miss on the No One's Fury.
But they're still
as
gonna
well.
jump
Yes,
onto him.
he is
Praise's Wrath doesn't
laying
even get
it
dropped.
work.
Nice final
Oh,
slash from Kirk,
no
but he's
one
gonna take way
follow
too
up
much
here.
damage.
Kirk, whoa,
Trying to
he's
dash through and
thinking
through, but
Hatred
Spider
goes
Miles
down,
able to take
and
out
Lord will
Hatred.
help with
Kirk
that.
goes down, 3 for
Spider
1.
Miles just have to watch as TNC bow down on the Lord, but look at that.
TNC Pro Team. Hatred found the angle to go into the back to stop Minana Evos from potentially finding a turnaround, and they get the Lord, as Domeng was just saying, I'm just going to push down mid instead.
And again, Doming was making the right call.
Yes.
Well, I watch Bren versus Blacklist.
Standing objectives on the map
That is
to
game
help
2. I will
close that
probably
economic
watch
gap
that,
is what
yeah.
you should do as a gold laner that's been
Just-
behind
but
the
really,
whole
I
game.
wanna watch
And
our
again, a
Q
little bit
game. I
of
just-
he hasn't died. But
waiting on it.
looking at what TNC did there, quick recap. 3 for 1 was the eventual trade, and then Hatred died. I'd say as soon as he went down, after Spider-Man shut him down, he said worth it. And that definitely was worth it. A Lord for a few kills and a mid lane is more than worth it, given that they got the Lord, they got map control, and they're all still here again. Hatred can definitely afford it. Looking at the item builds here, he is, again, playing very well in mid. He's 4th on the economy.
Yeah, Hatred feeling really gushy right now with how he's playing that Gushin. TNC Pro Team, can they make something out of this? Ryzen goes in.
Oh, Ryzen, he jumped in.
Oh, Ryzen. That was bad play, bad play.
Anything. No
Big
man
whiff.
going in hard.
Uh-oh.
Hatred as well, looking for the target. Kirk is going to be the one to choose. Kaizen
Are they
will
gonna-
fall, though. Yasuo is still pretty much a
This could be bad.
slashing machine
Could be
here.
bad for
Nomad
TNC.
is going to have to run for it.
Uh-oh.
Bam!
Uh-oh.
Just like that.
The first few times in this game that Minana was actually punished TNC. Started off number 1 with the misplacement on Ryzen. Yeah, a box is chunky, a box is hard, but not that hard.
Not that
Plus,
hard.
again, showing you how this slow and
Bad Bunny,
steady
what's up?
lineup that TNC has, wherein you can only really put the carry in such a position,
Yeah.
shows its cracks. Because after spending so much time with that turret by taking down the inhibitor, eventually Minana was able to...
Yeah, we're going to watch RQ vs Rebellion. We're just waiting for it to start, yo.
Here, see here.
TNC Pro Team cannot commit.
About to
like
start,
this.
so.
I get what they were doing. They wanted to do it for the turret, but a little bit too risky for my own taste here. So we
Oh,
take
no.
a little pause. We finally take a quick little breather for all the action that we've seen. All right. just to revisit everything that's happened, TNC took control majority of the game. But a factor here that I believe now we have to acknowledge is Leo, Minana Evos with items.
Ooh.
Better scaling compared to TNC?
Yep, is this not where we were earlier? I said 12 minutes. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. They found the punish.
Right.
They found the...
All right.
Here to Audi or Cars.
And it looks like, I don't think there's going to be any changes to Ruby and Tigro.
Oh,
okay. So Joey ban, already different for Coach Friend. He's still looking for some options, whether to ban the Typil or not. Like, is it bannable or is it worthy to ban? But Coach Chico, what is the response? Still with the no-limit. If they broke, don't fix it. Yeah, limiting the eradication.
Bro, Ken is speaking nonsense. Don't pay him any mind, guys.
CC being banned there.
Don't pay him any mind, guys.
It's a bit of a target towards Banana. I mean, he's known to play that CC quite a bit, and they want Cars to do what he did in game number 1. So going for the CC ban again right here ain't that bad of an idea, because they went with the Tamus to try and get some strong laner to try and get the.
Ken's not a mod.
It really wasn't the same, and it really wasn't as mobile as the CC. So Banana and
Ken's not a mod, guys.
He goes for the same options. I have to try to start thinking and problem solving on what really fits in that scenario.
Still using their time. About 5 seconds left for the ban for RRQ. So they're really thinking about it, but it's going to be an export.
Ken, enjoy the games and chill out, bro.
I assume they're going to go for something like a Boxia or like a Minotaur right away. Like those frontliner that has a lot of uses, I guess. But this is a bit too early, I believe. Well, I'm no Coach Friend, but for me,
for you, well, we'll have to see. The CC does come through, but
same exact bans.
As you're saying, do they want to try and go for an early gold laner this time? Because we saw them playing kind of for the gold lane. It didn't really work out. They're the ones picking up the carry this time, though. Will that be enough to make a difference? Because, you know, it's not a foolproof solution. The carry isn't a silver bullet.
For sure, especially when you have a pick-off player as good as Audi TZ. You already proved that Kaja works. And I believe this is the first time Kaja has been picked so far in MPL-ID Season 13, right? It has been banned 3 times, but the first time Audi TZ picks it, it's gold.
It was.
It's Ubes gold.
Oh, wow. Classy.
Ubes gold.
Gold in color.
The falling stars.
True.
That's a fact.
Gold-plated armor. Novaria left open, picked up instantly. Do they want to go for the TIG as well? Is it too early for a TIG, though?
I don't know why no Skylar.
It was banned out, right?
Yep.
Dino Man.
Probably because it's weak too.
From Rebellion, showing that flexibility we've been just hyping up. Will the TIG go in the hands of RRQ though?
Listen, man, my prediction didn't know
knowing that in the long
that Skylar wasn't going to be playing. I just want to say, yo.
You can't take it lightly.
I'm getting cheated here.
What Chico right now is to wait for RRQ. Do they want to pick those heavy CC heroes, or do they want to pick other heroes?
When the body suffers,
Frederick?
It's going to be that Benedetta, MPL, and Frederick.
I'm getting cheated on my predictions right now. I'm just saying, yo, that Benedetta shot though, the picture that shit goes hard.
Last time it was Cars, and this time he got a chance to show off his micro game and macro game too.
Now the foot is on the other shoe.
That shit goes hard.
Was hyping up Banana's Benedetta, so we'll see if the caster curse strikes again.
I don't jinx
Benedetta.
Ken, stop debating all my viewers, bro.
We've seen him
Stop. Just stop, bro. Stop saying keep crying. I'm gonna mute you.
Eradicator pick for Irad. So we'll see what he does with it. And for now, what will Rebellion pick in response to it, right? Usually we see some percentage HP damage, some harassment, some poke from far away, but no, it's gonna be the Paquito mechanical battle in that EXP lane.
It's a good matchup for the Paquito, man. The Benedetta doesn't do too well in this matchup against the Paquito. Whenever he tries to clear as well, Paquito can match that. And remember, Paquito just got buffed as well.
You're the common denominator, though.
He's quite loaded right now, his kit.
So the details of the buff is, I believe, his second skill and third skill is adjusted. The range, not the range, the
hitbox, the
width. Hitbox, yeah, the width.
The width of the skill is wider now, so you can hit more targets, and you can hit targets more reliably. That's also what's important right here. And we've seen Cars perform on the Paquito.
It was already kind of good before the buff.
Yeah, it's kind of big already, yeah. It's even more massive now in the hands of the machine.
The mash.
Yeah, we're gonna see the most used heroes. But
That's dirty, man. He's only played one game. Come on.
Guys,
I think we have to include last season's stats. I know that
nobody's
you know, the
allowed to
meta
talk
changes,
talk
but this
trash
is,
to Ken either. All you guys need
I
to
don't
chill.
know. Bit weird, but
Okay,
Or I
it's very
mute
low,
everybody
though.
too.
With a 3.33% win rate and 3.33 KDA. Coincidence?
I think not.
I think so, actually.
yeah. Going into the second phase, Coach Bren just banned the Minotaur, and if you want to go for it, banning two heavy CC heroes integral might not be a bad idea. But on the other side, though, they actually banned the Kaja, a hero that AutoTC uses a lot. But Rashi, man, I cannot hear you right now.
Exactly.
I just want to watch my
have
game. I just want to watch the games and be able to look at chat and not see everybody like.
Very tanky jungler. Could it possibly be the first time ever that we see the Novaria go back to roll?
Are they playing
Because
on current
also one of
patch?
the
Are they
signatures
playing on
for
current
Audi
patch?
Last season, if you remember, if he doesn't get the Franco, doesn't get the Kaja, he plays with the screening type of playstyle with the Novaria.
You might be cooking, Mirko.
I might be cooking.
I'm not gonna eat it though.
I mean, with a Paquito, it does give them the tools necessary, the wave clear, the flank, the movement speed potential. That is a legit threat that Coach Zaya might have to consider here. But as you're saying, Shevin, I can barely hear you. The fans are
W Kingdom.
they're fighting their own battle here in the arena, man. Both fan bases are trying to outdo each other, and we are suffering the cost of that happening. As the Claude ban comes through.
Okay, Claude. Probably one of the more standard pick for Rebellion right now because they can't go into the backline. It can't really be easily targeted by the Benedetta, so they want to limit that potential on that Claude. Now, what do you do as Tico? What's the gold laner perfect? Harith?
I mean, they can if they are actually looking.
We're gonna wait just a second. I kind of want to. We're gonna see where this goes real fast.
Patron still not pulling the trigger here. Lord's very, very low. And there you go. Pets go straight in. They take out the jungler, and that should be good for everything here for TNC.
Amazing. Christian Morada. Heads coming in with the flicker. Penalty zone to shock Minana Evos. Again, they were setting up the reverse collapse, but you ain't gonna reverse collapse if you're all knocked up.
Heads telling Minana Evos, K.
For Clay, yes, he can play the Angela, and he can, he's good with assists and all that. But the mages is where he usually shines, right? The distance management, the timing on using those.
Buddy Cutie from where? I don't know.
That's usually what he's good at.
All
right.
The Cho. Interesting.
Go pick for
Risky,
Brusco?
I gotta say.
Definitely
They're
risky.
going for the split push Cho though, to
Oh,
try and match the Rebellion
Lethal
macro
ignition,
play.
a dire hit, full damage. You might see it, but the big question here
All right, come
is,
on,
will
RQ.
the Novaria be flexed? So far, they've done everything that you expect to try to flex the Novaria to the end, right? They picked up the Bruno, not the Roamer, to keep RQ guessing, to keep us guessing as well. So this is the decider. Do they want to go for another mage? If they do go for another mage, what mage would they want to go for?
Paramis again?
If they don't, what Roamer do they want to go for? No Minotaur, up against a Cho.
Gets a Valentina too.
Oh man.
Aurora
Do they
maybe.
what about if they actually want to go for Aurora?
No, they can't pick up the
do they wanna
Paramis
go
here
for
because of
something like
Valentina.
Ooh, for the Bruno, help him out,
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
Oh,
Selena!
even crazier.
Okay, so it's a battle of wits in the roaming area. A lot of mechanics is gonna be displayed in this game.
Yo,
But this
that
not the
is
first
crazy.
time Selena has been brought in MPL this season 13, I believe the first time.
Selena,
was
bro.
Rossi for Alter
Yes.
Ego, and they won the game, I believe.
They did win that
Hello.
game. Yeah,
All right.
it was also against
Hello.
Rebellion, actually. So Rebellion
taking a
learning
page out of
from
their
the
book.
team that beat them.
I mean, if you can't beat them, join them. If you take a look at the draft stats right here, it's looking pretty decent. I think late game favors RRQ, but that depends on how the fights play out, man. In the late game, Rebellion have some tools. They have the Selena and Novaria. That's a lot of vision, right?
Yeah, I was
Astral
gonna say
Echo,
that.
but also the Abyssal, Abyssal traps.
This combo, by the way.
We're going to try to watch Bren versus Black. It
the
depends what
synergy
time
that
it
was
happens.
used
I have to be
by
at work
Ultra
at
Ego makes it so special
7:45
is
this
Novaria
morning,
hitbox,
so
Astral Echo,
I don't know if I'll be able to
plus
watch.
two
We'll see.
Crazy skill shots.
Depends how early the
Well,
games
let's
start.
see if they can execute it to the perfection. It's game number 2 of Rebellion Esports versus Rex and Regum Keon. Hoshi.
Welcome,
Hoshi.
Global Legend.
I'm very curious to see the early game, man. with a Selena.
Bro,
are they
we don't
gonna
know
be
Bren will
even
win.
more aggressive? Are gonna wait
We
for
don't
some
know
power
that.
spikes? Only time will tell, but the
Don't go
clear
for work
speed
today?
Vincent,
Bro,
though,
trust me, I feel the same
already
way.
getting some of an advantage.
Someone want to pay my bills? I'll gladly stream
what you talked about earlier,
MPL
the
all
vision
weekend
of
long,
Swalo
bro.
and AudiTZ.
You guys want me to quit my job?
It's dangerous for anyone, for RRQ, even Bunny QD. Chooses to
No,
go for that
I just need
purify
like
instead of flicker.
600
Fortunately for
memberships
RRQ, they do have
a
troll
month, that's all.
Kind of maneuverable, has built-in shielding as well.
Yep.
So with that pressure that Bruce was able to just exert, you can see the little secured by Irad, and he's trying to get some pressure in here, knowing that the roamers are squishy. That's the damage coming in from the Fredrin.
Meanwhile, though, the bottom lane, the complete. Oh, whoa, very different in the bottom lane actually. These freezing the wave quite well up against Bunny.
Watch out there. It's not going to be sandwiched yet. No level 4 from all of the teams available, but D still holding on to his own, actually winning out the damage trade against Bunny QT.
D is actually doing a better job just punishing the weak laning phase technically. And for Bunny, I think he has to be a bit more careful. I think he's playing it quite risky. And if you look at his emblems, actually, he's not going for the Tenacity, Festival of Blood, and the Fury. Right, so he's actually gonna go for a bit more damage, trying to go up against D. But if you look at D now, he is also going for the weapon mastery. So they're both adapting their emblems, and D is coming out on top because of it.
I like what Clay is doing right now. He's using two mobility, what do you call it, emblems to be able to evade all the arrows from Selena, also the snipes from Novaria.
Play helping out on top side.
A bit of a interesting
Oh, that's a lot of damage from Swalo.
Arrow, Vincent,
Banana.
actually chops up on the right target.
Vincent able to get it. That's rough. Bruce going trouble. Has to flicker back. Cars here to help.
Early on in the game.
and also not forcing to go for more.
Bro, the poke from Rebellion right now with the Abyssal Arrow plus the Meteor.
Stays on for Rebellion Esports.
I mean, they're doing a great
Kinda
job
disgusting.
just waiting for the right moment, the right time. And for RRQ, they seem to be a bit more reactive. And against a team that's being as decisive as Rebellion right now, that's just not the way to go, man. They're just one step behind at all times. They have to try and make a play that really surprises Rebellion at this time.
Don't forget, Benedetta Quantum Edge. That looks juicy, man. I don't play Benedetta, but, you know.
Hey, can you watch Bren vs. Black what I hear? Yo, do you want to watch how Bren, how bad Bren about to dog back?
Be in that juicy, as you said earlier. But Rebellion, at this point, they kind of aren't really pressured to snowball, right? They can actually scale to mid-game quite well.
I think later on, though, for Rebellion, they'll have the scouting advantage, the poke advantage, but they will kind of suffer in the frontline department. Vincent's going to be kind of soloing in the front line. Paquito doesn't really hold that well. And he was just trying to exert pressure, but it's not being allowed to right now. So I think later on, RRQ has a chance to try and out-sustain, out-muscle, you know, the front line of Rebellion. That's
Bro, they want, oh god, Bunny.
If Rebellion does get ahead right now, that it's going to be so difficult for them to try and match up.
This pressure.
Oh, watch out.
Onto Bunny. Oh!
Oh god.
Arrow connecting into the back. Pulled back
Oh
as well.
god.
Shot, Brusco,
Nice kick though. Onto Vincent.
Interesting targeting
A lot of
there.
damage onto
Still
Vincent.
Clay
Bunny in trouble. Bunny's got to back up. Bunny's got to back up. Down goes Vincent. Bunny able to pick up the kill. Nice petrify, Banana. There we go, boys.
Phantom Slash
There we go, boys.
Taken down.
Out of nowhere, the Benedetta man himself comes from.
Well played from RQ.
Cars? No,
They pace out the fight very well.
Jeez. What a play
They
though,
pace out the
Benedetta.
fight very well.
Still waiting. Bunny's low.
Oh my god.
Knockout strike on the two.
Bro, Bunny! Bunny!
Cover from Brusco to take that death away. It'll be D actually who's on the turtle though. So despite that was a bit scary, man.
Bunny!
From Bunny QT in the situation,
He hopped like a
hopping
bunny.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bunny knows
On
this
the
is
same
his
page
chance,
right there.
man.
But man, being
They
able to
took me
delay
off the bench,
recall
coach. They
that
put me
long,
on the
use
field.
skill set,
I
the
gotta
skill
show
set
up.
threat. That is something that Rebellion is using.
I gotta
so
show up.
efficiently. Getting a free uncontested turtle. Man, we're getting a more competitive match right now.
Definitely 500 gold lead for Rebellion despite being down 2 kills from that turtle though. You mentioned something along the lines of like being proactive for RRQ Rashi, but against Swalo and all DTZ, I think it's gonna be a major task, a really hard task.
Well, It's always a hard task when you're trying to focus on other things and you're getting shot at with all these long-distance skill shots. So RRQ, they can make the engagement
Oh,
happen,
nice
though.
kick, nice kick.
Amazing catch again onto
That's
Vincent,
huge.
right into Clay.
That's huge.
He threw it over. It was not on the wall. Clay with
Clay,
the flicker now.
flickers
Oh
in.
my goodness.
Bro, they want that so
You
bad.
do not wanna
They
see
want it so
that
bad.
as an RRQ
Uh-oh.
fan.
A lot of damage on
Irad
Irad. Vincent making his way around. That's bad, that's bad, that's bad. RQ, gotta go, gotta go, gotta
Now
go.
gonna be sniped down, brought back.
Brusco,
1 HP,
run!
a big punch, and Vincent finds the kill. Oh,
Ay, ay,
no,
ay. Ay,
RRQ.
ay, ay.
It looked like the perfect engage for the Royal Card Sirachi, but Vincent, another happy fit incident here.
It was not happy feet. Clay just spat him out wrong, man.
Oh yeah, he actually spat him out to the right.
Didn't
Yeah,
get the
you're right.
wall.
I just remembered that.
Well, Banana, though, trying his best to save what was a difficult situation. He might pay the price for it, though. No mana.
He good.
Oh,
Oh, Watch out, real smooth.
This game is full of
side.
sidestep, bro.
Yeah,
You gotta keep sliding, bro.
for sure. So
Do the
far,
cha-cha slide.
yeah, 3 out of 3, 3 to 3 the kills, and again, Rebellion Esports just so far dominating the game in the 7th minute. But game fact by Go Play for the first time in MPL winning. Cutie is the player who managed to receive 7 awards at once. This is the dominance.
Oh my God.
Vincent!
What was that? That was ridiculous. Clay's next. Knockout strike and the snipe.
Not on one, nice.
3.4k Audi now jumping on Irad. He's going to get balled down by D. But a missile arrow not connecting. Audi's looking for it. Irad's not able to recall his zone completely out of his own jungle.
Bro,
Banana
RQ,
finally is
get it
able to
together,
find a turn
bro.
up top. Bunny is backing away. Rebellion have found a tier 2,
Irad.
a turtle steal, and everything in the 7th minute.
I don't know, Rashi. What do you do at this point? What do you do?
You try and get the best you can. And like right now,
You
there's
buy
just
time.
not a lot of options.
RQ just needs time,
Once
man.
they're in defend mode on their base, you know, RRQ is good at doing that, but against a Novaria Selena, it's just a tall order. Not to mention that,
Oh,
Solo
God.
kill from Cars.
even the EXP lane pressure isn't winning out. Cars is just too good right now.
Oh man, the slipperyest banana on the planet, just getting one shot by Cars. Like this is.
But Bunny's not
really
playing
not
bad,
looking good
though.
For RRQ, Rebellion Esports just steamrolling them all over the place.
Whew, man, the audience
Don
prediction is
Quincy,
still for
Bunny's really not
RRQ,
playing
and
bad,
it's
bro.
looking bleaker by the second. You can see that even Bunny.
Oh my
no,
God.
no,
Warhammer
wow.
prediction by Vincent. Detonus welcome onto the wall this time, not missing Irad. Taking very low, melted down by D. The
Oh
kill
my
going
God,
to the
though.
footballer. Now Abyssal Arrow up top. Buddy QT still able to get out of the sticky situation there, and Rebellion are just playing with RRQ.
Reading
Man.
everything like a book is what Rebellion Esports are doing to RRQ right now.
Oof. Clear gold over
Oh
US
my
gold.
God,
D is
Ken.
definitely just topping it up. Cars
Ken snuck back in.
following
You were only
suit.
on a 10-minute.
Bunny
You were only on a
Cutie all the
10-minute
way
timeout,
down
bro.
there.
You could have stayed in your other account.
1,000 gold behind, almost 2. That's just a tough situation, man. RRQ, I think they're relying on Banana to try and alleviate some of the pressure, cut through some waves. But even then, now, what options do they really have? I don't think they can even contest the next Lord. They might just end up paying the price with multiple fatalities.
They have some.
Oh, God.
Another 1v1, this time against the marksman. All the side laners, no one's safe against Cars.
You cannot hop on this one, Bunny Cutie. Cars once again showing his class, and Vincent and crew will just take this Lord.
Bro,
without
Rebellion
any
coming in
consolation
strong in week
whatsoever.
2, bro.
Oof, man, the bush. That has been a,
Oh,
that has been a
no.
very
Oh, no,
deadly
you're right.
bush, man.
Oh, no, you're
it's
right.
always that side bush.
It's the Kumar maneuver.
Oh!
The
Cars
Kumar
down,
maneuver.
Punish down, a
No
petrify,
way.
a terrify, and a way of the dragon. Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
An abyssal arrow from AudiTZ. No way the dragon right now as AudiTZ jumps in forward. Clay able to dash out. Abyssal arrow once again in the back. Detonus welcome, locking Brusco down.
Lot of damage on a Brusco.
And the stun as well, connecting on a Vincent. But Rebellion, they are just here to pressure RRQ.
Baby steps, man. They gotta get something, and that was a shutdown. To RRQ, a long way to go to if they want to mount a comeback, but they're giving it their all with the Lord coming through. I think Rebellion can get
6K gold lead.
maybe one base turret if they play this right.
Yeah, for sure. Look at that.
4-man Astral Echo. Banana still up top. D walking up right now. Oh,
D.
worldy. Oh, Buddy's 1 HP the ball. Oh my God, wait, it's still moving there.
Oh my God.
Almost took Buddy down.
It's a lot of bounces. RRQ gotta be careful right here. The Lord comes in. Can they defend and clear it?
Good siege right now so far. Able to get a few hits, but Banana. Wow, that damage. Did you see that?
Bro, the CC is so disgusting from Rebellion.
To almost half
They do melt down the Lord. They buy some more time.
This time from Clay, stealing it away, jumping forward, dashing forward actually. Very risky maneuver right now as he gets... Oh no.
Oh!
Clay 1 HP,
Oh!
barely gets away. An actual echo now to reveal him again as he is able to dash out, but Rebellion pick up the base turret with the first Lord.
Just chasing everything down, Rebellion. But there is some, you know, weakness that can be exploited though. It is a hard task. I mean, the solution is just to evade all the damage incoming, the long-range arrows, the long-range snipes from Swalo, but how do you do that when you have that ultimate from Navaria?
The Astral Echo, man, easier said than done. Oh man, now they're trying to defend still. But for Rebellion, it's a matter of time. They're very happy to just clear, go for the poke, and go for the guaranteed Lord the next time out. If RRQ step out, that's more distance that Rebellion can chase them down. And slowly but surely just get, you know, stack those bodies up and go for a decisive end. You're looking at the items right here. That's full damage once again coming in from Cars, but he gets a brute force breastplate, so even more mobility. Banana matching Cars' build in the last game, but not having as
Brother
much
Ken
success.
got timed out.
The death push is set up once again, Mirko. Do they want to fall for it? Oh, they know. They know.
We're starting arguments with 20 people in chat, bro.
Today. I mean, it happened once, okay? That's it.
And then telling them all they were
Even
crying.
Johnny QD, he's going for not a tank build, so a lot of players right now are going straight for that damage.
No. Oh, flicker.
All right, wow. Small victory for RRQ right there. Conceal is still available.
Conceal play on the Cars. Well done, well done.
To lock Cars down.
Good pick.
Lightning quick. Ka-chow. Just out of nowhere, Cars is gone, and Cars is not really, you know...
Ken, you have to understand. All right, so
breastplate.
somebody once told me, right?
Tracking the Lord.
4v5.
It's like this, right?
RRQ, do they want to gamble?
At this point, they kind of have to, no, Arashi? They have to utilize this.
It's like, let's say I have a bunch of relationships.
How they do this. You gotta wait for the right crowd control. Wait for the
And
right
all
moment,
my
but
relationships are
Rebellion
always
is moving
going
out of
bad,
the
right? Like, but it's always the girl's fault, right? Like, it's always the girl's fault.
Arad
Arad able to take it.
Getting bursted down by the blow by Banana.
Very well played, very well played.
Back to the game, and RRQ
At some point, you got to understand
no
that
hesitation.
out of all your
Mistake by Cars,
relationships,
and now RRQ
and all of them are going
looks to be
bad,
a bit of a comeback.
you are the common denominator. You are the one that is part of every one of those bad relationships. And right now, Ken, you are the common denominator in all of these debates and arguments and things getting out of control. It's always you.
Outside of the base might be gone.
Brusco was the MVP
always
that
you.
fight, man. He took the death in his welcome.
Yep. I mean, his utilization of skills was just on point right there. That was critical. Now there's some pressure alleviated. Now RK can go for some of
Not
those
always,
turrets,
you're right,
and with
but
more
80%.
control,
80% of
maybe
the
those
debates
skill
and
sets can be
arguments in
less
chat, you're involved in them
annoying
in some
for RRQ.
way.
It's the Banana, man, making the plays happen too in that fight. The Kingdom's Banana making Rebellion slip.
Oh man, it's harder to eat the banana out right now. Yeah, it is. Like they're fasting.
It's not an opinion.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah, that's true. But they're making a quick work out of this Lord.
You break your fast if you eat someone with death in his welcome.
Yeah, but
Wow.
Sakski,
I don't
if
think
you
that
if
counts,
you've been in
man.
10 different relationships and you've been gaslighted 10 different times, at some point you have to take responsibility
On that,
and be like, damn, why? Like there's a reason why you are choosing to be in all of these relationships. I give you guys some relationship advice. If you've been in 10 toxic relationships, you have some responsibility for that, bro. You gotta learn how to pick them better.
Get the HP down to the point where you have the advantage to go for the team fight. That's just the winning formula for RBL.
All right, Banana though. I have to watch. I think for Rebellion, they're gonna watch out for Banana because he's the one guy with 4 kills. He's the guy who has some damage, can make some plays happen technically with the Petrify as well. So I think it's all on the shoulders of Brusco and Banana, and maybe Clay if he can get a value ultimate.
What do you get?
All right, RQ looking for the comeback, baby. Rebellion draft starting to fall off as we creep into the late game.
So far, I think that might be the better ultimate to take, Arashi. What's your take on that?
RQ can pull this off.
Who's ultimate?
No, Clay taking Vincent's ult.
Vincent's ultimate, the Daytona's welcome, provides a decent amount of utility. which they sorely need against this comp from Rebellion, man. They just
Banana Detta.
in range.
Banana Detta.
Good
Good one. Good one, JoJo.
Well, by the way, in case Cars does go for the flank, so it really isn't a bad pick at all.
From what 6K
Ball.
gold lead
2-0 Rebellion, bro.
Now
Get out of here.
shredded to 400,
Get out of here.
500, and looks like Banana.
We'll make you use all of your accounts this weekend, Ken. Every single one of them, all 5,000 of them.
Let's see if it pays off in the
You're going to be making new emails by the end of this weekend, bro.
Looking at the wave control, it's still pushing towards Rebellion here, so RRQ do have a window of opportunity here. They can go for a pickoff or force a play. Irad level 15, I think he's confident going up against Vincent head-to-head, but Vincent has pulled off miraculous retributions before, so RRQ...
Oh no, Cars is still up top.
Yeah.
Blood pressure.
Oh, scope. Tetris welcome.
Uh-oh, come on. Dennis, welcome on to Vincent.
Good Tetris welcome onto the wall. Vincent looking for an angle. Good.
Oh, nice kick, nice kick, nice kick, nice kick, nice kick, boys! Vincent still gets it, what a monster!
Finds the retreat! Irad instantly a desperate move to find a win here.
Hey, yo!
But Rebellion walked out.
Come on, Chip Battles, thank you for the gifted membership.
Is a god.
4 to the smiles upon Rebellion.
He still gets it.
That was a bit
That's
of luck
disgusting.
combined with multiple skills from Vincent, once again showing his consistency on that retreat. Arashi,
Man was blind, getting jumped by 5 people. The guy was on the ground. He was still able to hit the retry. Still able to hit the retry.
Vincent just comes through, man. I don't know how this man does it. When the going gets tough, he delivers.
Man was getting
again
curb
and again.
stomped.
That's a tough pill to swallow for RRQ. Can they hold now? They do have the item. The gold lead is no longer as as decisive. Can they try and get something here?
We got the orange buff. Suelo reveals 4 members. Of the
I think RQ can still clear this as long as Rebellion doesn't like.
Brusco caught on the abyssal arrow, gets shot down by D. Very low, he ran 1 HP. Holy.
Well done.
Gets out.
Well done.
Too close for comfort, man. For sure. Earlier it was Clay, now it's Irad on the bridge.
Watch out, watch out.
Only with the Jeet Kune Do there.
Well done, well done.
You get a bit of movement speed as they look to try to siege these turrets down. Rebellion having a bad time at doing so. So far, RRQ doing a better job at clearing the waves and micromanaging it. These abyssal arrows are getting very frustrating though. Banana got caught in it, and an abyssal trap as well onto Brusco 2 times now, and another arrow to stun Irad. As the mid waves come down again into the mid lane, a rose gold meteor bought by D. Audi playing in the back still. D hitting that turret freely.
Banana into the back line onto D.
Oh
my God! What happened to Clay? Where'd he go?
He dashed
Where'd he
forward,
go?
gets shot by a ball, and also the astral meteor. The Suelo is placed there.
That was disastrous,
Where'd he go?
man. He was trying to burst through.
My man disappeared.
Wind of nature there, trying to make sure that D gets taken out, but that was fatal. Now without the mid lane, without that extra bit of magic damage, Rebellion can make a move.
My God disappeared.
D doesn't have Purify though. He sold it with nature, bought the immortality. Brusco needs to look for a moment. But they just cleared out. Very well played by RRQ. 1 man down, but still able to defend the siege.
Yeah, it is a really good defense, I would say, for RRQ. They only lost like 1 member. And, you know, it kind of shows the weakness of Rebellion's Komarashi. They have to wait for the arrows to hit to the perfect target. If it hits on Brusco or Irad, like, there's going to be some, pressure, but at the end, it's not going to matter much. Or
oh, no.
Oh, no.
Pulled back.
Oh, no.
In the back right
now. Brusco. Able to kick on D. Vincent goes down.
But it is going to be the immortality. Buys the
D. They find D. 2 down. There we go, boys. There we go. Bring us to game 3, boys. Bring us to game 3, boys. Bring us to game 3.
Rebellion down 3 members. Only Cars and Audi TZ. 1 straight push. A moment.
Bring us to game 3, baby.
How do they defend? They only have Selena and Paquito. It's not going to offer much. But what can you do, Rebellion, at this point?
20 seconds.
There's minions on their base.
For Vincent. Bunny QT, they're actually looking for the end, but 1 member, Irad, has actually been sent.
Can they
over.
actually get the end here? They've got 1 Canyon minion on the Banana.
But it's not going to be enough right now.
Looking for an angle.
Still able to sustain back.
Do they go in?
Hitting on the base, but they don't have
not able to go in. They do get Lord though.
Evolve Lord. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, these minions are crashing down into their base. Vincent is now up. The Lord is half HP. They're looking for an opening to get to the Lord. But
they got to take it. They got to melt it. Melt it down. Melt it down. Melt it down.
RRQ are still in it.
Ay, ay, ay. A roller coaster of emotions.
MPL ID season 13. What a fight. What an engage from Brusco. There has been some criticism onto his Chow, but this time around he shows up. The perfect target on towards D.
Even the follow-up coming in from Banana, from Bunny Cutie. Everyone's on the same page with the Lord right now, with a limited clear, technically, from Rebellion. Can they force the issue? Can they go for something? The waves are managed quite well. Brusco might make the moment happen again. Brusco!
This time, D has purified though. It's going to be a bit tougher to make this kind of moment. Immortality.
Oh,
No, they get.
Oh no, Irad, what are you doing, bro? Irad, what are you doing with your life? RQ, chill out. What are y'all doing? Go home. Go home.
Jump forward, immortality from Clay. Rebellion defend an evolved Lord. One more wave up top, cleared out by Rebellion. 21 minutes in, and it's 10-10.
I mean, if you want to do a treason, it's going to be tough. This is the King of Kings we're talking about. But wow, that was almost really bad for Clay. That was the targeting from ODTZ. I believe he kind of missed-click or like missed-target towards the frontliner there, and he didn't get a kill towards Clay. So a quick break for Clay, man.
Take a look at some of the replays presented by the official tournament phone, Samsung Galaxy. Man, Irad was just ping-ponged around right here. Definitely not how they wanted to start the fight. Banana tries to salvage the situation, does a lot of damage. Unfortunately, no one falls, but the base turret getting taken out, that is huge value for RRQ. But the vision game, the scouting, is in favor of Rebellion. So now it's back to the waiting game, and that huge momentum that RRQ had is slowed down now. 70 seconds where Rebellion can make a play, where RRQ can make a play, and he has the Wind of Nature and Purify ready to go, ready to fire off in the next fight.
What's up, bro?
Rashi, like, let's do a reanalysis for the draft. At this point, 22 minutes, gold doesn't matter. What do you think?
Ooh, I feel like when it comes down to a long, prolonged fight, it has to favor RRQ. Novaria and Selena, they do a lot of damage, but not continuously. That is one of the main issues of the Novaria pick. So if RRQ can force Rebellion to stay with an objective or with a cutoff, especially the members like Vincent, for example, are not going to be able to escape at all from the crowd control, the slows, not even the Way of the Dragon on top
What's
of
up,
that.
Dan Gaming?
RRQ has potential here if they just don't get poked down before any big moments, right? They got to surprise Rebellion before Rebellion have time to really set up and get their defenses up.
Yeah, but so far, ODTZ and Suelo has been very thorough. Every bushes in the map has to be secured to be able to, you know, to be checked, man. Like, because there's no, like, there is a frontliner, but on the other side, they have enough damage to burst down Princeton easily, especially at this point of the game. But Brusco,
Windows eat pork?
This might be his game.
Depends on the Indonesian. There are a lot of Indonesians that are Muslim, so.
Ooh, on cue.
He's already looking for it. That conceal canceled away.
But not all of them are Muslim. It's not that Indos don't eat pork, it's that Muslims don't eat pork.
Astral Echo, Brusco, Bunny Cutie, and Clay. Bunny also getting shot down. Abyssal Arrow again into that choke point. You have to be very careful. Iraz looking for the reset onto the Lord. He's poke. The poke coming down from Rebellion isn't stopping. Benedetta already revealed right now. Bunny Cutie.
Yeah, we're going to watch the Bren vs. Black most likely.
Oh, he connects on the Bunny. Purify, Way the Dragon. But he doesn't connect it all the way.
Guys, Brusco. You got to get rid of Vincent. Vincent down. Immortality popped. They got to get the kill. They got to get the kill. How do they whiff it every time?
With a dash forward again this time. He shuts Banana down.
Irad, you just dash towards D.
Wind of Nature popped in, but Clay will be the one who gets D.
Oh my god, though.
There's another damage coming in.
Oh my god, though.
Oh
my god, though.
Oh
my god, though.
Way into the base with a Worldly as well. Mini waves coming down with the Lord at Swaylo secured. Will RBL be able to find the end?
How Sway, Mr. Swaylo! What a snipe! What a save from Rebellion's mid laner! That was almost really bad for Rebellion, but they had a quick break there. Oh man!
They still have Bunny.
They defend Arashi.
They can maybe defend.
I mean, it depends on the execution. They have a tanky frontliner, decent crowd control, and they have the Shred coming in from a late game full damage carry. But look at the items built, man. Instantly after that fight, VOD for Cars, Prince Wings for Vincent. They're trying to go all damage. They know they need to try and get something decisive.
Right, gets chunked. Clay
A lot of damage on a Clay.
Well, that Worldly is bouncing, and that is a base turret in the mid lane. Another Abyssal
Alright,
arrow
you gotta go
connecting
get some
onto
health
the
back,
Rad.
bro.
2 waves now with the Evolve Lord. Bananas back up. Brusco is not Clay.
They might be able to defend, honestly. Honestly, they might be able to defend.
But they find the back Clay buys the immortality just in time. Banana tanking a few of these shots.
Nope, nope, never mind. D's down, D's down, D's down. Oh, God.
Oh,
God.
Rebellion Esports.
GG's
What a
RBL.
performance. What a
GG's.
Rebellion was in the first week.
Sheesh.
What happened? What was
Sheesh.
different
2-0.
this time around?
2-0.
What is different in team?
2-0.
And how does Rebellion keep
Not today,
pulling it
Satan.
off?
Well
Everyone,
played,
like
honestly.
Low, Vincent,
Honestly?
Audie, how did this team that was so lackluster in week 1 evolve so quickly? Maybe we'll hear more interview, but what a
Bro,
sad
we're
day
just getting to game 2,
for the
bro.
Kingdom.
We're just getting to game 2. What was going on over here all this time, bro?
Going to a lot of these marksmen means that Demon Hunter Sword.
I was
really
raised
just makes a mark on
Catholic,
the
yes,
HP bars.
then gaming.
True. And add to that the rising popularity of items such as Sea Halberd. So, not good. Harith there gets actually taken out by TNC. Leo, did you have an idea? Like a light bulb moment for you.
Yeah, no, I was not expecting for them to
Guys,
close
if
out
you
the
haven't-
gold lane.
if you haven't already,
they were
hit that like button. Almost 200 of you in here. I only got like 60-something likes. We need to get that to 100.
So far, I'm a little bit safer is the approach of Minana Evos. I see them again turning this into a slow comeback type of game because as we see right now, the lineup of TNC looks like it's
Am I an
encouraged to take
atheist
control of the early
or
to mid.
agnostic?
Yeah, that's true. Huge control here for
I am not
early
part of
and
any
mid.
organized religion,
And maybe
but I
more
do believe
skirmish
in
heavy,
a higher power
considering
of
that you
my
have a build. You
understanding.
want to use that. You want to capitalize on that day in and day out in each and every lane. Because if you're not, you're just wasting the pick.
What could happen with the Matilda, though, as well, is to fix a less than ideal gold laner's mobility. Maybe they pick up a spicy gold laner here and then go from there.
I love the
that,
extra here.
gives you a solid enough
maybe
answer.
Leslie. These are picks that obviously are not as good,
See if we'll get
but
it.
that's a Bruno.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Not the spiciest,
Not the spiciest.
not at all.
but they needed that damage. This is going to put a lot of pressure on the Hatreds of Vexana. Has only been used 5 times in MPL history, thrice in MPL-PH Season 1, and twice in MPL-PH Season 2.
Oh,
And
those
again-
are rookie numbers.
Yeah, and again, because of the
Do I
changes to her,
worship
she's a
mommies?
really strong pick
Yes.
now.
That's right. In the recent patch,
Nothing but
her second
hentai
skill now comes out at a slower
mummies.
clip. And in comparison overseas,
That's it,
mind
guys.
you,
You
Vexana
got
is
it.
#1 pick in MPL ID, even before today's broadcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, expect that number to go just keep going up as the weeks progress.
Last pick here, a tankier roamer, another EXP, and it's still a Rafaela, of course.
Were you guys wondering?
This is 80% the same lineup from game 1.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to say it. Even though the lineup on the side
What
of
can I
TNC looks
say,
a lot
man? I'm a man with
lot
mommy
different,
issues.
Leo, in terms of philosophy, possibility, in terms of who scales when, still very similar to game #1, it feels like.
Yes, but just the same, TNC can now do a little more. TNC now have more capabilities. Again, #1, I commend the fact that
Bit
they
of
have
info.
better
In
wave
info-
gear
in
now. It's
Indonesia,
so
you
much easier
can't
for them
be
to defend
religion
from inside the
less.
base. #2 is they have good vision. They have good re-engage compared to game 1.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like,
we gotta take it. If not, we have to set it up all over again.
if
from a
someone
different
asked
angle.
me,
This time
like,
around,
my
they can actually
religion,
move.
I
The
would still
CC
probably say I
very
was
mobile.
Catholic.
Matilda,
just
mobility
because,
is her middle
like,
name. And
I
just
was
like that, I
raised
think TNC now
Catholic.
don't have to force an early game domination. They can actually play it slow,
Yeah.
play footsies with Minana Evos up until maybe after the 3rd turtle, and then see how far they can push the advantage if they start the
but
game
like,
fast like they did in game 1.
Let's see if that will be the case here for these two teams. Game #2, TNC and Minana Evos.
Yo,
with
not gonna
the
lie,
slightly
that right
slower,
there was
more
kind of whack.
calculated TNC power spike. One factor
Watch
I
how
want to
Minana
discuss
wins.
here
They
is
might
that
win.
I feel like if Minana Evos will try to play this with how they tried to win game #1, it's
No, I
going to
don't
be
play
harder for a
church.
carry.
Like I said,
Clint
I'm not
was
really.
perfect in that scenario. For
I'm
the
not part
carry,
of
it's
any
not gonna be
organized
that fun.
religion.
Yeah, it's gonna be harder for the carry to dip in certain situations because
Yeah.
you
Not part of any
kind of have to
organized
be
religion.
all in if you're a carry. It's either all in or you don't really get your target.
Yeah.
So with a click, you just throw out your skill, you're good to go. You can dip out.
Yeah. That range that he has there
Whoa.
is Doming.
Ow! Man.
Pressure. Oh,
That's pretty good. That's good damage here coming in. Obviously, that's exactly what you expect from Bruno. That's why we said it's not the most exciting early game, but it does the job.
Yep, Yasuo is going to win this lane matchup, I'd say, for the first 2 or 3 minutes, and only if Spider-Man actually helps Doming, will Doming actually move on forward. So that's why Nomad is trying to close the gap.
But worship
even the
Opais,
odds.
yes.
It's so hard, especially since Doming's emblem
worship
set
mommies.
does not help him in the early game at all.
True, that's true.
Yeah, it really feels like it's built for the
This Dino
long
gets
game,
worshipped.
Thinking about when everyone's just team fighting at this
All right,
point.
guys, let's
Taking it
calm
nice
down.
and slow are these two teams, but as expected, Nomad will be placing himself in slightly more aggressive positions. With him
Yo,
being
what
able
is
to
that
skip
skin on a
20
Kai?
seconds up until the next turtle. No clear advantage around the map just yet. Or am I missing something, Leo?
No, you're not wrong. I think it's in the little interactions, these little lane fights, wherein one will trump the other. And again, I mentioned that already with Yasuo and Doming. Down bottom, though, I'd say, unless they're underneath turret, Heads is actually winning.
Thank you for the
this
donation,
matchup
Ken.
against Kirk. So it's the same kind of dynamic.
Ken
from day
learned how to
one,
talk
where
smack
maybe
to all of you
just changing
guys.
the pace a little bit. It's TNC way ahead, actually being able to pick off fights when
Ken's
they
like-
want to this early on.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're gonna pick
Kirk
up
in a
some
little bit
fights
of trouble.
here, and they are not shy about it. Kirk quite low here, but obviously the heavy spin already activated here by Kaizen.
Oh.
And the final slash just for safety in case maybe Ryzen decides to dash forward.
Yeah, that's good advantage built for TNC, the EX laner Minana Evos gone, but let's see if Kaizen can do what he's done before. Steal turtles in front of opponents as a Nakai.
Heavy spin is on cooldown here. This is going to be pretty
I'm
massive.
on East Coast.
That might mean that they're
If
going
you're
to have to
talking
back
about
off. And TNC once more takes first turtle.
And that's going to be the score here for Ryzen. Easy pickings. Something to note, in that engagement down bottom, yes, on paper there were no kills, but again, mentioned, heavy spin, spent, flicker, spent, ult on Kirk, spent, sent home, made that turtle take all the more easier for TNC. That's a clear win, even without violence.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just really gotta go with the more peaceful route, you know?
Pacifist run.
Ritz, isn't it your bedtime?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
TNC.
Go to sleep.
Let's see now.
You got work tomorrow, yeah?
Standing out of the items too crazy for me.
Yeah, nope, not really. If anything, I'm glad that Kaizen is farming up much faster than Ryzen. That just means he'll be able to get more farm if he doesn't join fights, which puts him in a weird position. It makes it hard for him to make decisions, and that allows for TNC to do just this. Nomad bother Kaizen, allows for the rest of the map to push on forward.
Bro.
Nomad doing a pretty good job here.
Don't you talk about my boy Rad like that,
you know,
bro.
As his freshman
You think just because you're donating, I won't?
season, I mean, he's pretty much doing the job, making sure that all division, everyone from Minana is accounted for, and that, you know what, they can just keep farming
Don't
up
talk
until
about my
a
boy
point where
Rad
maybe
like
they can
that, bro.
fight back.
Again, he looks like
Don't
a natural to me right
talk
now.
about
He's
my
moving
boy
around
Rad
the map.
like that.
Not always the cleanest executions, but even we've seen veterans commit
Talk all the smack you want.
questionable engagements under turrets or
But you
under the
mention
opponent's
any
base.
RSG
Nomad,
players
losing a lot of
or any
confidence,
Echo
and again,
players?
I wonder how much factor the hatred factor brings to that.
Yeah, it's
In
all
terms
about
We get
of,
real
helping
bias
guide
in
the
here.
game, man.
It's all about communication, right? And I think Nomad's doing a pretty good job here. Kaizen, of course, doesn't really have the tools to fight this out. Same with Spider Miles. So for the meantime, I think Minana's going to have to slow it down just a little bit more.
In the efforts of slowing it down, that allows for TNC to keep up the same pace. Again, it doesn't give anything for the Phoenix Army to switch it up, and they're comfortable, especially in the gold lane. Look at this, Yasuo 2v1.
I only muted him for 10
the better part of
seconds.
the past 4 minutes.
It was just
There's
a
no
10-second
threat
mute.
of a kill on him. Unless down bottom,
Yeah, hence he's going to be a bit more in trouble here with the Hurricane Dam.
Enjoy.
Then just activated though. That will be a good sign maybe, but not for long. Of course, Kirk ready here for the fight. Kaizen as well, low heavy spin. Let's see, and Spider-Mouth close up. Will the heal make it? And it does, kind of. With Nomad trying to get one more auto attack in maybe, but will not make that target count. And there you go. Just to be safe, everyone just falling back. What a beautiful disengagement.
the frustration is setting in.
Yeah.
So close,
Yes,
but
he wants
not
it.
quite
Oh!
Ryzen. Kirk is on a roll. He got 2 kills. It's these 2 for Minana Evos. That's all him.
That's it, boys.
3, all him.
Impressive performance from the EXP laner of Minana Evos. Questions if whether or not he could live up to the role that Lord JM
No,
now a
Ken.
member of Victron Alpha
Stop.
in Indonesia. Kirk
Stop
said,
it. I can't handle it.
And he has been doing it so far.
My copium's wearing out,
Exactly
bro. I
where
need you to
would
chill
expect
out.
to be
Is
in
it
decision
Kitchen?
making it matter here.
Oh!
And again, Heads,
Wow.
just when he was about to get back, he gets thrown back into the base. And now Kirk might be in trouble here. Ryzen
Whoa.
and Hatred close by.
What?
Is he still alive? Final Slash was still released. But there's no fight left, maybe, unless Lansing makes something happen. Case is quite low.
Gotta run.
Oh, he's going to have to run for it.
It's so
There
tanky.
it goes.
Oh, no way, no way.
Not going to be enough quite
That's
yet,
it.
but there you go. Hatred with the last hit.
All right, clear punish by TNC. Minana Evos overstayed their welcome for a bit, but just the same, they closed the gap. Keeping it close to 2,000 could have definitely ballooned.
Please don't let me too. I'll let you win into
me.
me.
I think Hatred has to protect himself a little better. Nomad is now thinking, who do I protect in team fights? Who do I watch out for? Because earlier it was so much easier with a Minotaur. Now with a Matilda, it's a little more high stakes. He has to commit.
Yeah, he has to commit. He really has to be on point with his communication with Heads and Ryzen. Maybe if he can somehow communicate with the Eternal Guard of the Vexana, he would try. But yeah, because of him committing. the
Wait, did
backline
Arad
field
won
just
when he
seems
was in
to be
RSG?
still
What do you mean?
present.
He never won first place,
Exactly.
no.
It doesn't help that Heads is
Arad
playing a
never got an
CC.
MPL trophy.
That can do very little to protect any backliners because you want to be on the front
I think
lines of
his
the
top
CC.
placement
And
was
now TNC
third.
have to consolidate those
The season
two major
11?
issues.
Third
One
place?
thing to note, though,
Question mark?
Yasuo already haven't joined any major fights.
Right?
You
Right,
can say the
guys?
same for Doming.
That was when he
So
started. That was when he
now
really
I'm
started like
wondering, again, I'm thinking out
debuting.
loud here. Who does this benefit? The fact that the gold laners
They brought
have been
him in
cooking,
towards the second
and
half
again,
of
now looking at the
towards
map.
the second half
Whoa.
to end of season
Doming's
11.
actually winning.
He
Heaven's
started
still
playing a
out of
lot.
nowhere.
Yeah,
We saw
I think
the
a lot
crazy
of
Lancelot
skills were
plays.
triggered here. Kirk wants 4. Beautiful Fine Slash.
Oh.
Maybe make it a Hatred, but no cigar here. It's time to go into mode as we go to turtle
I
number
think
3.
season
Oh,
11
there
was
you go.
third.
Casey's actually low. He's going to have to make it out.
And,
He's going to have to make it out. Spiral Mouse with holy
was
heat rings.
fourth.
Obviously going to make it so that he doesn't go down.
Feel free
but
to correct
once
me if I'm
more,
wrong,
Turtle
guys.
being given up.
All right, TNC scoring over there. Pandemonium all across the map, starting off with the weird moments already.
Arad's not my
from
idol.
Kaizen. I think he was looking for a sandwich.
I'm just protective over some of my
RSG
RSG players. That's all, man.
So now we're top.
Oh, beautiful,
Oh.
man. That was just nothing here
And
for
I
Minana.
like messing with Ken.
And you know what? Spiral Mouse is actually making the work, not just with healing, but with making sure that everyone is mobile enough to get to the target.
Yep, he's using his re-engage as a weapon, and it's very effective this time around. This is
It's
a
like
kind of
whenever we
dynamic
watch
we did
Aura
not see in
Fire
game
play,
number 1, because
and
again, TNC
Ken
was so
calls
aggressive.
Yahweh
Ryzen gets
fraud.
caught.
They don't
I'm
want to
gonna
slow
mute him
down
again
at
then,
all.
too.
Getting one after another. Minana starting to feel it here. Eternal Guard can't really do much here for TNC at this point.
Yeah, 8 minutes into game 1, Minana Evos was trapped inside their own base. Now it's Minana Evos who's looking for fights.
And we thought it'd be a similar story to game number 1. Minana Evos. Let's see if they can continue this momentum, because right now TNC look out of position, mainly because they have to consider the fact that their gold laner Yasuo lost the lane duel against
That's right.
Domeng. He lost lane. He is behind. It's not a massive
Like,
deficit,
you know,
but at this point,
Ken just
Domeng's in a
likes
much
picking
better
on
position to
players that I
keep
like,
while
and
Yasuo still needs to find more time to get a little bit more farm on him.
Big +1 on that
Ken
one.
just likes picking on
The
players that I
fly,
like. Here's the
on
thing, though.
wall in that room. I don't know what happened in that gold lane. We haven't really checked in much. Not much of an action there. But wait, down bottom.
Ken
Whoa!
could be a
Yeah, TNC
caster.
very happy to go for it. They know Kirk is the MVP. You know what? Take what you can. And TNC
This kid's
will
coming, you can
remove
take the day
big
off from
Final
work.
Slash guy.
Fair.
Jason, though, working
Ken
on
can
that
just start
turret.
paying my
Maybe get
bills.
some gold back, but that's a big no here.
Ken would be the
They're
most
just gonna
biased
make sure
caster
not
ever.
gonna happen.
Scientific name for our
Might
like,
not last.
big final slash guy.
Big Final Slash guy.
They think
Yeah,
I'm
FSG.
biased.
The big Final Slash guy. Well, I mean, that's what Kirk wants in game number 1. I'm sure he'll be able to. He did a few of that already here in game number 2.
He's still him in game
Pretty
number
much.
2.
Yeah, he's still that guy. TNC Pro Team, Minana Evos, as we head into first Lord of the game. Let's see. Minana Evos first there. TNC are all over the map right now. It looks bad for them.
Oh, look at this, Minana. They just know where to go. And beautiful heavy slash there. Heavy spin for Ryzen.
Nomad!
Oh, Nomad. No one there to follow up. And again, Heads is not the tanky GC that you want to see right now. Hatred, maybe just count on his
Uh-oh.
skill. Drill Guard, though. Beautiful hit
Big
on
play.
Spider Miles. Yasuo takes out Doming as well. And Minana going to be down 2 here.
the massive turn.
Wow.
And
Are
it
you still your
took a
mommy's credit
while.
card?
I'd say in the form of a pump fake because it looked like TNC were about to
Can I
back
steal
off.
your mommy's
and
credit
suddenly
card?
Hatred calls in the backup. It's still a 5v5. Fabio forgot. I got the Eternal card. And now, with Ryzen making a beeline towards the Lord, it seems like TNC might score this first big objective.
TNC were basically acting like they were injured. Oh, I'm hurt. I can't fight.
Playing possum.
Playing possum right here, and then they go for the strike.
Yeah, call an ambulance, but not for me. Call the Lord, yes for us. TNC. Now what, Lancey?
Lancey, he's going to have to go to the very farthest stretches of the land of Dawn to make it out there, but he does at the end.
Guys, it's a joke, you know, because we've been talking about mommies.
Hard on this Lord. They have so much standing goal to take on the map.
Now, as we head into the first Lord part, TNC Pro
Like it's a
team
play
and
on the
it's a
joke that
play.
we've been
Look,
having running through the chat.
Look at that knock up there.
Come on,
by
guys.
Hatred.
Come
And
on,
the
guys.
trust TNC placed
Keep up.
upon themselves to get a big
Keep
win
up, guys.
in that sequence. Most teams would probably say, let's back off, let's just try to get for pokes. TNC said, no, we will win this. We will force them out.
Yeah, I think they lost tabs on where Hatred was, and they did not expect the EG dropping where it did.
Yeah. It's not going to be easy when there's an EG out and two of you get knocked up. And just, I really thought that Minana Evos could have potentially came back from that. But they also respected the Bruno.
Well, that's exactly what you got to do, though. And look at that, all the standing gold taken already by TNC means that gold is almost dead even. What's to say about that?
I mean, this just means that the map is more than 50-50 now. If anything, TNC is in the lead. Look at that, they left heads for like 10 seconds, and he pushed in top.
Yeah.
No, not good.
Definitely.
We're on the grind to 20K right now, boys.
Hatred has a dire hit on him, and his build path was the Glowing Wand, Lightning Truncheon, and Divine Glaive. That is not a normal Vexana approach.
Nope, it's a very specific Vexana approach that does what they did in that last team fight. Hide himself in the bush, secure kills, and again,
I'm not like I don't think Brusco's a bad player.
So with that said,
I think
Evos now have to watch
what's
out
upsetting for me is that they didn't give Naomi more time to play. Like they should have gave him more than just like a season or two, you know?
Hatred is, and again, it's just a matter of time before Heads is actually online. Heads needs items. Interestingly enough, CC is such a lethal hero in the current metagame, but she's not like a Terizla or an Arlott that can live on very low econ. She actually needs the items.
Very true. Bottom lane here, Minana Evos wants a little bit more pressure, a little bit more map control. TNC not going to give it to them. But now, both teams moving around as 4-5, covering close sectors to one another. No one really going for some crazy split pushes as much.
Yet.
Not yet, exactly.
Yeah, the KSN seems to be quite ready here to go if ever Ryzen or maybe Hatred makes a small misplay there. A heavy spin is very imminent. And don't forget, Kirk Final Slash is really scary at this point.
Key pickup on last game's MVP, Kirk here. He built an aura.
Bro, Evos is not going to wipe Yahweh.
Readjusted. It now also provides, in addition to the bonus healing, physical defense. So it's going to matter against the likes of Heads, against Yasuo, and even Ryzen in some cases. But I'm liking it. Again, these little decisions that you're making to use in patch 1.8.66. Checking out where Heads is right now. Not exactly the Trinity I'm looking for. He has the Twilight Armor, has the War Axe, has the BFB, but I'm guessing one more item before he can actually start threatening 2v1s.
Bro, Ken, you got to slow down, bro. You're not gonna have any. You're not gonna have any donations left to send Mobazane later, bro.
Two-prong approach.
Yeah.
Right now, though, KSN forced out of a heavy spin.
Wow.
Still
Get
gets
it?
the Lord, though.
Very
Beautifully
good.
maneuvered there for the jungler of Minana.
I like it. It's a pragmatic approach. I just use it to push you guys away. Enough time for me to retreat, and then we skedaddle.
Yeah, TNC Pro team looked like they weren't
Guys.
really on the same page in terms of how they wanted to approach that Lord contest.
Exactly. I think the early heavy spin through them.
It's okay, Ken.
Wait,
We're
what?
1-1 right now, bro. We're 1-1.
Dang it!
Love that. I love that.
You lost your Evos prediction
That's
last
exactly
week.
what happens when you
I lost my
go,
RQ prediction this
kinda
week.
half baked.
It's 1-1,
against
bro.
Minana. They take you for everything you've got. And they took that Lord
Ken
pretty
sends
much
Mobazane's
business as
20s.
usual.
That's
Let's
crazy,
see
yo.
if it will be business done for TNC in terms of
Crazy,
defending
yo.
this, or will Minana Evos somehow push an even bigger lead here? Going into 5K almost is their gold lead. Lancey gets the info.
Got a big dive in on the Lord though, and again, mid lane turret is also a big threat.
Ryzen!
Quite close. Ryzen! He can't take it! Oh my goodness! He melted
next.
to the power here of this beautiful carry by Dominic. There you go, Hatred as well going down.
GGs.
That's all the way clear going out.
GGs.
Here for TNC, that might be game already, but will not to go for it. Straight for the juggler is going to be the key. Nomad trying to get as much damage as can on his body instead, but
GGs.
no clear means no way
GGs.
for them to slow him down.
GGs.
GGs. Gives Minana Evos to 2-0.
That is a sweep. So this is what hope looks like for Minana Evos, starting off Season 13 with an emphatic 2-0 victory, 3 points for the Neon Purple Tigers.
All right, looking back at
least TNC have good introduction video.
It seemed like it was 50-50 up until we crossed the 6 or 7 minute mark. I think TNC took a little while to get.
All right, so now we're gonna figure out.
Head was doing other things where TNC needed him, and that's not to the young man's fault. It was in the pick, it was in the draft, and that's really all that they could have done. And Minana Evos found the path to victory and ended right then and there where they saw it.
Now, as you see here on your screens, the two teams. A show of respect by Minana Evos. I really wanted this to go to 3 games. After that game number 1, it was one of those feelings of I want to see 3. But Minana Evos says, no, we're getting the 3 right now. We're not extending it. Kind of an anticlimactic ending there a little bit. Just a little nudge from a heavy spin. Who would have thought?
That's so interesting. The way that this actually fell apart, starting from when.
Bro, do you guys think now we get to see if this is actually a rolling schedule?
I mean, you could feel that he was having a hard time staying relevant in these fights. Big question is, was that really the big where it fell off?
I mean, any guy in a fight would react the same way. If I was about to scuffle and the guy started to break dance, I would also go, huh? And then take the Lord away from me, then yeah.
Sometimes it just boils to
We've
that.
been watching both.
Things.
We just watched the
One of
RQ
things
Rebellion
that
game. We just
make
came back over to here because that's over.
The home of champions. What makes our region, our home here so great as TNC take their bow. And yes, a new little thing we're doing for the season. Even the teams that don't get the victory get a chance to walk down the aisle.
Supposedly, MPL-PH is on a rolling schedule this week, which is a huge win in my book. I've already said this, but rolling schedule means that games are not on set times.
Yeah, pretty
It
much.
means that if a game like this ends 2-0, the next series could start earlier.
They don't seem like as, I don't know, how do you explain
So, which makes me very happy, because one of the reasons why I'm never able to stream, no, that's supposed to be on like every, like that's what it says on all the schedule.
It looks like it's just another day at work.
Yeah,
And I asked,
Hans and Mara.
I asked Leo about it, and he said currently that is the word, so.
Evos! Hi guys, come on down!
The first sweep of the season and the first 3 points pupunta sa Minana Evos.
First win, first sweep, first 3 points para sa ating MPL Philippines Season 13. Congratulations! Kirk, it's so nice to finally interview you. You know, you've been in other teams before. I believe, di ba, nakasama ka sa RSG. At ngayon, we've been waiting for you to play when you were there. Pero ngayon, sa Minana Evos, first game pa lang, nag-shine ka na. Ikaw pa ang ating MVP for game number 1. In-expect mo ba yun?
Hindi po.
Hindi mo talaga in-expect. So, tell us ano ang pinagkaiba dito sa Minana Evos na talagang nag-shine ka because all eyes were on you nung game number 1.
Aura! Hold on.
Siguro po medyan po ng...
You got the slip dress on today?
Kaya ginalingan ko talaga.
May gigil ka ba kanina? Kinabahan ka ba?
Mom?
Konti lang po.
So, paano mo in-overcome yung kaba mo kanina? Kinakabahan ka pa rin ba ngayon? Kasi lapit ako ng lapit. Punta ka ng punta dun eh. Anong nararamdaman mo ngayon?
Hair looking nice?
Kinakabahan, tas masaya.
Kinakabahan, pero masaya. And you did a very good job. Let's give him a round of applause.
On to my side naman. As you can see, we have Miles, Spider Miles, on this side of the corner. Miles, during the time na Season 12 was happening, it was a rocky start para sa inyo nung first half of the season. But now, not only did you get a sweep, nakakuha din kayo ng 3 puntos on route, possibly or early para sa playoff contention. Paano kayo makakasiguro na yung nangyari nung Season 12
86
won't
minutes for
happen
this. That's
13?
crazy.
Focus kami every game nang dapat kasi every points matters talaga kasi last time nga kinulang kami. So ngayon, every game dapat may panalo talaga na.
Oh.
I sense the urgency coming in from Miles na every match really counts. Maraming salamat, Miles. I think I have to throw it over to Lancy this time around.
Nancy!
Really an admirable performance din. Gusto ko lang itanong yung matchup mo kontra kay Hatred kanina. Nagbabalik dito sa Pilipinas and started you off with a Gushon noong game number 1. That was the last pick, di ba? Yun yung last pick nila. So, how did you match up against that hero? And ano yung mga adjustments na ginawa nyo? Knowing na hindi naman natin madalas nakikita yung Gushon in the MPL.
Wala po, yung hirap eh. Hindi ko alam paano ako papesto doon kanina eh. Sa akin lang nakamata eh. Pero...
Have a good one, Ken.
They got the victory and they got a sweep. That means 3 points and momentum na dadali nila sa susunod next.
Ito naman, kausapan natin ang kanilang leader, Kazan. You were here, Season 12. Na-interview ko kayo nung na-eliminate kayo and I felt your pain. And right now, Season 13, you're off to a good start. Sweep ka agad. And Minana Evos goes down in history as the first team to win this Season 13. Ano nga ba ang pinagkaiba ngayon ng Minana Evos? What can we expect from all of you?
Ang pinagkaiba po kumpara last season is ngayong season talagang sobrang gigil po kami and gagawin talaga namin kahit sobrang hirap ng training, ilang set of scrims a day, talagang pupusuan namin and this season talaga bigay todo kami and mas all in.
Magbigay ka naman ng mensahe sa lahat ng mga manonood natin at mga supporters nyo.
Ayan, maraming salamat sa mga pumunta ngayon and
what are we gonna do for the next hour?
Sa mga and syempre, yun.
All right, everybody, let's give them a big round of applause. You may now take your bow and take your walk of victory. You move on to the front this time. You guys are victorious para sa tagumpay. Congratulations to Minana Evos with that sweep.
And a lot of games are sold out for ID.
From
That's
them
crazy.
with a heartbreaking story from last season. This is how you started off.
And we're going to break it down for you. So we're going to go back to our casters.
Evos versus Aura. Tomorrow is BTR versus E.
Thank you to
Tomorrow's
Hans
RSG
and
versus
Lauren, and of course,
Omega.
congratulations to Minana Evos. The, dare I say, trauma of last season's missing
We are
out
going to
of the
hit the
playoffs
like
weighs
button.
heavily on
Fair.
Minana Evos. Even Spider-Miles said, we know how much each point matters this season because we felt
I don't like how
last
high their
season
desk
we
is,
were a
man.
point or two off.
And you felt it in their vibe. They're not playing around here.
Yeah.
They mean to get
Bro, what I
every
am
single
vibing
point.
with though, you guys know what I'm vibing with though?
1 point was all it took.
Leo's beard, bro.
There's a
Or
part
Leo's
of me that's a fan
goatee.
of serious Minana, but I also kind
Leo
of
is
being all
vibing
jolly.
right now
I
for the
I
goatee.
throw back to early 2023, seeing them laugh and seeing them all happy, but I think this serious way that they're approaching Season 13 actually is working. It's benefiting them, and it's netted them 3 points. So I gotta give kudos to their coaching staff as well for keeping these dudes on a tight leash. Again, I've never seen, I mean, we have, but Spider-Miles is so laser focused today. He didn't even speak.
Yeah.
Maybe
Doesn't
he's
need
waiting
to.
for something.
Doesn't need to.
Maybe, I don't know.
And
Spider-Miles.
one thing I want to say here about Minana Evos and how they played, I'm not sure if you're going to...
Manana top 3 in PH? Way too early to say that,
They always
bro.
made sure they were doing something...
They just played against TNC, guys. Calm
There were
down.
moments last season where it's like, why are you going there and just waiting for something to happen?
Yeah.
Calm down, guys.
In this game, this
TNC.
series, it felt like everything, it was part of a big overall plan.
It was push forward momentum, even when they were losing. They found a way to be always doing something elsewhere on the map, and that was Game 1. In Game 2, which I think, again, I find odd in TNC's Game 2 approach, they were doing much better in Game 1. Game 2 allowed for Minana Evos to take advantage of said push forward momentum. So that's why this game ended so quickly. That's why this game ended the way it did in but a single Lord take. And that's why we have a back-to-back MVP performance from Kirk. I don't know if you can do this, all right? If you can take the match MVP from game 1 and then just paste it on again.
This is basically what we did. Items as well.
I just change that last, change the jerkin in a song.
Yeah. So Kirk, again, congratulations to him with his really, you know, I'm going to say it, folks, and I think the folks at home are thinking it, he has really great hair.
He has the best hair.
It's so full.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And right now, TNC got a chock full of Kirk in that game.
I don't think I've ever said the word luscious on broadcast, but that's how I would describe his hair.
His hair
and
is definitely
his
looking
Arlet
luscious.
performance. When it needs to get in your face, he does. When it needs to play like the Arlet that you're used to, like now, peeling for his team, finding these odd engages and getting the CC where it matters, he puts it in there. Man,
he puts it
Kirk is
in
now
there.
the Arlet man. In
I couldn't have said it better myself.
He is the bar for Arlet.
Final Flash guy?
Got rehearsals today for
Yeah.
rehearsals today, guys, for
They
NACT.
felt it in the early game. Those early 3 kills, which eventually turned into a 4th, I think that set the tempo for Minana Evos, and that's why he eventually, well, of course, he deserved his MVP. That early tempo stopped what could have been a
NACT rehearsals today, guys.
game for TNC Pro Team.
That's right.
Houdini
and
or
what Kirk is doing
Seoi?
with Arlet,
Houdini.
again, a hero that has been in our sights for the past 6 months.
Houdini has mommy vibes,
It's
bro.
basically the way Lancelot was reinvented in Season 8. So I'm liking what he's doing here. Looking at the end game here, just under 16 minutes, this bout, game number 2 ended. Looking at the emblem builds, again, fair to say, Doming was waiting for
How old is
power
Leo? Is
spike. Doming was
40
waiting for that
something?
clear lane
Nah,
win.
bro,
And
Leo's
that's what
not
the better
40.
emblems, the better kit to
Damn,
start. But
bro.
again, they did not take advantage of that. There was very little action.
Damn,
for
bro,
TNC
calm
in
down,
that gold
man.
lane. Now looking
40?
at the rest of their item builds,
Sheesh.
something interesting to note was how Hatred was building elsewhere. How he was going towards this Glowing Wand, Lightning Tranche, and Divine Glaive approach. Who knows where else he would have gone if they were winning, if he had more gold on him.
With that dire hit too. Would have been interesting. We saw a glimpse of it in that little turnaround that TNC were able to find themselves alongside Yasuo.
That's right.
That's true.
And again, that same build needs follow through. It needs more input.
Apple
And the fact that
reveal
he was
is
one of the
today,
reasons why
guys.
It was working.
Apple
or at least
reveal
in that
at
one big
12
fight where he hid in that
like 6
wall bush.
hours.
That could have been the difference maker. But again, for many different reasons, Heads wasn't online as soon as he needed to be. Imagine Heads gets the ult, traps 2 dudes, full-on combo, plus the dire hit. That would have been the dream for TNC.
That's exactly what we saw in so many tournaments prior to this, where they just maximized that CC and they were able
CC
to...
the hero.
The hero,
There
yeah.
you go.
Thank you. Chi-Chi. I think it's...
I really know it's CC.
I think it's...
Yo,
we
yo,
will,
girl.
let's have a podcast about that. But yeah, basically, they failed to maximize on this, right? This beautiful hero.
I have no
that
clue
can
what she looks
really
like.
turn out small skirmishes into huge advantages. But again, we did see skirmishes happen. We saw big, full-on fights.
Again, we have to.
I've known
fall
Apple
back
for like
to
4 years now,
the
and I
big
have
full-on
no clue what she
fight
looks
that
like.
Eventually ended with just Anakai simply pushing back the members of TNC Pro Team, and Minana Evos getting the victory with that push.
You mentioned tempo breaker in the early off of the back of Kirk's Arlet, how he suddenly just became so aggressive and cutting through tier 1 turret down bottom. I think that's what that last heavy spin did for TNC. It's like, all right, we're going to set it up. We're going to set up this vector. Wait, what?
Best NACT final is Nighthorde versus BTK.
That's exactly what it was. And
Okay.
Minana Evos, again, credits to their comms, credits to their understanding of the team fight. That's what allowed for that to happen.
Yeah. By the way, folks, you see that there on the bottom of your screen.
Who is a closet
Leslie
e-girl?
and Changa's Aspirant skins are available now. The first 1x draw every day and the first 10x draw during the event are 50% off.
Whoa! 50%. That's almost half. Exactly half. And then I know the epic skin is guaranteed.
Ken, yeah,
on the
we would
first 10
believe you,
draws,
bro.
so grab it now.
And as we
Because
saw
you
here,
argue
as
like,
you
no, I'm
should
just kidding.
grab your opportunities to draw for the Aspirant skins, because I honestly love the video for the Aspirant skin now, and the song that plays in it.
That was bangers.
Deep lore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's some really deep lore in there, and please, MLBB, make that song available for all of us. Minana Evos grab the victory today.
Bane Aspirant skin win.
Okay.
Do you
Oh boy!
But he doesn't really fit the...
Bane
You know what?
Aspirant
I'm not gonna
skin.
knock it. I'm not gonna knock it.
Think about it.
He could be their captain. Their commander, Commander Bane.
He's a crab man.
Yeah.
He's a crab man.
What if they don't make it a crab man? What if they bring back the old model of Bane when he was still a ghost pirate? But like make that aspirant.
Just make him a husbando like Faramis.
A husbando.
Give him a big jawline.
All right. So that's a request of Leo. Give us a husbando skin of Bane for aspirants. And again, we're just having fun here at MPL Philippines. I like the vibe that we have now. The action is intense. The game's important. Each point very important. And this next match, well, it's a rematch.
Is NACT third most view in MLBB?
Bren, the reigning champions of the world.
Good question, honestly.
A slightly recoded Blacklist International. Quick thoughts on that?
I just want to watch, man. I just watch. But yeah, later on, I expect the best of the best, and everyone who's watching obviously wants to see the best so they can.
PLMY probably is, yeah.
So let's wait out for that. All right, let's wait out for that. APBR versus Blacklist International coming up next.
Hell yeah, guys. Yo, only 20 minutes. Yo, only 20 minutes. It's a rolling schedule, baby. It's a rolling schedule, baby. Hey, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, yo. How awkward is it to sit there smiling, waiting for that? Bro, it's awkward. Come on, Chi. That's always the worst when you're like waiting on the screen to change, bro. Amron, thank you for 6 months of Dino membership, bro. How many matches I missed? You didn't miss much. You missed Minana with the 2-0, and you missed RQ getting swept under the rug, bro. RQ got swept hard, bro. They got made to look like fools out there. Hold on, I had to read something. Trex, someone say you're biased. That's okay. We're used to it, Jang. Welcome back to the stream, bro. Infinix GT 10 Pro is much less powerful compared to a regular iPhone. Should I go take a shower real quick? I don't know how much of this game we're actually going to be able to catch. We'll see. I have to be at work at 7:45. It's 6:06 right now. Sheesh, Cameron, bro, with the 5 memberships. You guys, make sure you guys say thank you. Make sure you say thank you. You guys are getting crazy over here, bro. We might do it, man. We might do a subathon soon. I'm just saying, we might do a subathon soon. We've been getting a lot of memberships lately. 6 for the 6 months. Hell yeah. Thank you, Cameron. GG's in the chat. All right. All right, BRB guys, we're gonna take a quick shower.
Now you'll be the best sniper ever!
No, hit the decoy!
BRB guys.
I'm sorry. Leave me alone.
Over here, Ender.
Satu Scalar can you do it? Dan Albert di sana ternyata harus hilang. rematch fight as Lone gets instantly shot down by the Blazing Duet, as well as the Electo final blow. This is going to be easy cleanup for Todak as most of the...
Apat yun, pero nasipa din siya yung ninakaw na sipa. Buhay pa rin ang 4v1! Backline already, and they're running for the lives, gunning it. Jerry trying to drag the members of RG right underneath the turret. It's not enough though. Gray coming all the way, and he cleans it all the way up. Just nowhere for him to run. Just...
Kita ada satu warrior weapon di polisi yang membuat pergerakan dari Mika tuh lalu benar-benar slow. Rafanya sudah tumbang.
You'll be the best sniper ever!
No! Hit the decoy! I'm sorry.
Leave me alone.
Over here, Ender.
Great job, guys!
Versus Santos, Galar, can you do it? Dan Albert di sana, ternyata Arcila.
Rematch fight as Lone gets instantly shot down by the Blazing Duet, as well as the Electo final blow. This is going to be easy cleanup for Todak as most of the...
Apat yun, pero nasipa din siya yung ninakaw na sipa. Buhay pa rin ang 4v1! Backline already, and they're running for the lives, gunning it. Jerry trying to drag the members of RG right underneath the turret. It's not enough though. Gray coming all the way, and he cleans it all the way up. Just nowhere for him to run. Just...
Kita ada satu warrior weapon di polisi yang membuat pergerakan dari Mika tuh lalu benar-benar slow. Rafanya sudah tumbang.
We're here at the Player Lounge. Kasama natin si...
One of the best players. A TikTok sensation.
Sensation! Sensation!
Si Pando.
Best six man in the world.
Best six man in the world. We're gonna hear from him later.
Okay,
I'm
pero
sure.
yung sensation na gustuhan ko eh.
Okay.
Sensation ka pala sa TikTok. Alam mo, kailangan ko to makita.
Oo.
Hindi, tignan.
Sabi niya wag daw muna pero hindi pumayag.
Hindi pwede. Okay, titignan natin kung ano nga ba yung pinapakita mo sa TikTok, okay? Tan 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 tan. Parang gusto ata sumali ni Coach Ducky.
Parang praktisado. Oo nga. Ay.
Nagtago si Coach Ducky. Bumalik na. Okay, Pando. Alam mo, na-amaze kami sa AP Bren. Bakit ba kahit saan kayo pumunta sa mundo, champion pa rin kayo? Champion. Bakit nga ba? Si Ogwin.
Siguro yung confidence lang talaga ng team.
Confidence.
At yung tiwala namin sa isa't isa, kaya kahit saang liga kaming sumali, 100% pa rin na kaya namin manalo.
Alam mo, yung sagot niya parang sobrang ganda. Alam mo kasi lahat naman kasi may tiwala, lahat may confidence. Ano ba ang meron sa AP Brand na wala yung ibang team?
May coaching.
Ano? Pwede mo ipagmayabang.
Siguro dito ako.
Nandito ka.
Lagi gym kami ng 6 sabay-sabay.
Sabay-sabay. Nag-gym sila 6.
Speaking of which, di ba sabi mo, nabanggit mo maganda. Maganda rin yung pinuntahan nila nung nag-roster reveal sila.
I like.
Kasi yung ibang mga teams, di ba, dito nag-shoot sa Pilipinas
dito
mismo.
lang, oo. Pero
bakit kinailangan nyo pang pumunta ng Japan para mag-film ng roster reveal nyo? What was the idea behind it?
Kasi, after nag-champion ng M5, biglang, nung nakaupo kami, bilang nag-chat si Boss AP. Japan tayo. Tapos sabi niya, sige G, tara, go na.
Next time, salin nyo kami Isalin nyo kami next time.
Tapos yung roster reveal, lang yun, sabi, Japan tayo, sige mag-roster reveal na rin kaya tayo dyan.
Wait lang, quick lang. Anong masasabi mo na ikaw ang binabrand nila na isa sa greatest six man in MPL-PH history?
Sobrang saya kasi yung team ko talaga sobrang bait sa akin. Like gustong-gusto bibigyan ako ng trophy para buhatin.
Titingnan natin ngayon kung ano
sobrang bait nila sa akin
Paano yung buhat?
Ganito, parang 1.
Okay. Mamaya, tignan natin kung mananalo ang AP Brand at kung mabubuhat nga ba itong si Pando. Abangan natin ang kanilang row. Pero for now, we're gonna go back to our casters. Pasok!
Alakas sa Pinas ay para sa tagumpay! Alakas ng Pinas ay para sa tagumpay!
The 13th season of MPL Philippines is brought to you by the following sponsors. Smart, the official telco partner of MPL Philippines Season 13. Infinix GT Series, outplay the rest. Experience the MPL-PH Season 13 action live at Shooting Gallery Studios. Tickets are now available on our official ticketing partner at /event.com. Don't miss any MPL-PH action by following our official Facebook page and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Follow MPL-PH on TikTok as well for more content. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the official accounts of MDL Philippines. To ensure the equality and fairness of our games, MPL Philippines is also monitored and supervised by the Games and Amusements Board.
Damn, I'm good. Damn, I'm good. Perfect timing.
The code breakers anew, driven by their championship mindset. The world champion Bees, driven by their desire to remain undisputed. These two teams will are for those who wish to go far. Welcome back to MPL Philippines Season 13. I'm Reptar, still here with Rockhard and Leo. And yes, it's time for the rematch of the MPL-PH S12 Grand Finals. AP Bren versus Blacklist International.
It feels like ages ago, and so many things have changed. But one thing stays the same. Of course, we are still the strongest region in MLBB, and we still got some pretty good teams here.
Again, for sure, we'll get into detail in just a bit, but it's weird to say that a lot has changed, but literally just but one individual, one man from each squad changed, and then it seems like it's a whole new battlefield.
Yeah, and
I want to see something real quick.
Shows you here. It's AP Bren, who is defending. Blacklist, who is determined. What AP Bren is determined to do, gentlemen, we know the success that AP Bren had after the M5 World Championship, and now heading into a season wherein they can still continue their run of dominance. They want to defend their title, simply put.
I mean, to be fair, it's hard not to know that they're the best just because of how many titles that they've taken already.
That's right. It seems like we are on an encore of their world tour. They just recently landed right before MPL Philippines Season 13 started, got another title under their belts, and this time around, they're looking to defend their season championships. Some members of
Blacklist
their,
winning game one? You're calling it? Sheesh.
But just the same, they're facing off against a very Blacklist themselves are also defending something of their own.
Is Wolf pretty much a permanent on the PH desk now, man?
Brand.
Yeah, determined to return to their championship form are the code breakers. And the way they
Mara's only
about
28. I thought she was older.
Team, they still want to get there to the top. But it doesn't have that same air of, dare I say, arrogance in the past.
Mara's
now
young.
It's more of like, if you're not careful and if you doubt us and if you think you're going to easily beat us, then you'll be surprised by us. That feels like the air Blacklist is coming in with this season.
Which at some point, some might argue whether you're an agent or not, comes down to semantics, right? It comes down to how you take it and how the aura of this team has changed.
Yeah.
Despite a season and a few months elapsing, one player moving out, shifting that roster just a wee bit, it seems like so much has changed, but still it's the same Blacklist.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
A big change, but one thing I've noticed that hasn't changed here is their big trust on the what they call the MV free.
Oh, yeah.
And they are really sticking to it. And then individually they have
We need this game to get going, bro.
Sometimes it's just a cohesion.
Got about an hour till I
got
gotta leave for work. Maybe we catch game
whether
one.
or not it works on certain
Maybe we catch game one.
stages of the stage of the world or locally.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see because as the past has proven, every time where it seems like Blacklist go into a season where, oh, that master might not make it as far as they'd hoped for, they surprise us. They made it back to the world stage in M5. Even before that, they got to the MSC Grand Finals. And Blacklist International at this point, it's no surprise if you get surprised by them for going far.
It's been years since Blacklist actually missed a podium finish.
Yeah.
Bro, I will never bet washing my Echo jacket.
Close by. Actually, second.
But I'll bet you a skin, Comanche.
Exactly. So now here in Season 13,
I'll go skin for sub for you, bro.
They're going to wow us. They're going to impress us in one way or another. And again, this has been echoed on social media. I get this message or some version of it maybe 6 or 7 times a day.
One skin for me, one sub for you.
But we're about 7-8 weeks earlier from that. So now today, I think this will be a great way to set expectations.
Yeah, setting expectations would be very important. Setting
Even though I think AP Bren is definitely the favorite for first turtle.
expectations. Because as we all know, a lot of people...
I feel like I
AP
should have
Bren
better odds. Like it should be 2 subs for 1 skin because you have a clear favorite here.
Thank you. AP Bren, still undisputed. A lot of people, not just in the Philippines, not just us, but a lot of people all over the world saying they are undisputed the best team in the world.
Yeah, I mean, taking almost each and every international tournament consecutively.
That's right.
That is no mean feat, guys.
I've been watching AP Bren ever since they started their investment run since season 10. And I gotta say, it's been a
Bro, I'm never watching this
journey,
jacket, guys.
watching them from that top 4 finish all the way until 11, where we could have sworn they were gonna take it. Won a few different championships along the way, despite dropping in MPL. And then season 12 finally, and now they're walking in like they own the place. Again, might as well, they're the champions.
A Flapteasy especially, like, you know.
Yeah. He has that aura with him. And AP Bren does have that aura with them. Still, strange to call them the reigning champions of the world, but that's what they are. Undisputed, undeniable. Against a team that they face in the playoffs, the finals of MPL Philippines Season 12, a team that is, after the M5 World Championship ended at 3rd,
That's
if I'm
right.
not mistaken.
There you go.
That's right. You're calling back the EVM for that Grand Finals bout and to Rizal Memorial Coliseum in the lower bracket finals, which was also quite emotional.
Now,
all right, boys, we got him. We got Comanche.
Who will officiate.
Now, just to let everybody know, you guys, it's better if I win this.
Minus Che Young.
Because there's more opportunity for the viewers to win something
Bren
here.
and Blacklist International.
What industry? The Venus. I work in the restaurant industry, and then I also do social media management, and then I cast. So yeah. But my day job, the job that I put the most hours in is restaurant work. I'm a lead server. So I'm a server, but it holds management, but I also have management duties.
Mind you that they shattered the Golden Road. They proved that the road of victory is proved only by the strongest. Acknowledge that they are the champions of the Philippines and the reigning champions of the world.
Cheesecake Factory do you work for, Trex? I don't work for a Cheesecake Factory.
Bren!
Restaurant work here makes good money. Hey, Dino, would you cast my local tournament? Yeah. I mean, as long as it fits. If it fits into my schedule, I might not be against it. You'd have to send me the information on it. I can't guarantee it. I don't cook. I'm a server. Cooks don't make good money.
Driven by the desire to be the best.
Servers make much
again.
more money.
Strengthened by the hunger to prove the doubters wrong.
No, Olive Garden's a
Fueled
joke compared to what I do, man.
Their championship
My restaurant's
mindset.
a pretty good restaurant, yes.
They are truly top tier. It's Blacklist International.
The restaurant I work for is clearing probably like $2 million a year. We'll put it that way. A single business. I don't make that much money, but the restaurant I work for
and our coaches
is selling a couple mil a year.
And Coach Bon
Worth
Chan.
of food.
MPL Arena, make some noise for two of our
The
most
owner is making them
legendary
real money.
organizations.
It's not a Michelin star, no. Five Guys, lol. No, bro.
And in case you missed it, the team
I work
that
at-
shattered the Golden Road, Super Marco, Kyle Teasy, Few, Flap Teasy, and Ogwen, is the reigning world champion, AP Bren.
They literally colored the road with gold as they walked all over every single airport I can think of right now.
And their
If you
opponents,
don't tip in NA, it's
Blacklist
considered taboo.
Internationals,
Oheb, Sensui, Yue, Edward, and Haji.
If last season's Blacklist International felt
Yeah,
very
I earned
young,
way more in tips than my
this one
wage.
is in their sophomore
Way
year.
more in tips than my
Again,
wage.
They are resetting their mindset. They're redefining their approach to the road to another championship, and they're bound to make the haters think twice.
Yeah, if
I'm loving the vibe on Oheb, by the way. The Filipino sniper, I've been a fan of him for years
Los
now.
Pollos
He's my baby brother,
Hermanos,
but
exactly,
today,
bro, you're
tonight,
right.
to be honest, as he stood right in the middle of that lineup, I think he's going to be something else tonight.
And Blacklist International will have
I'm getting
to bring
like
something
5
else
to
tonight.
15
Now
USD
that
tip Trex.
Haji back in the room. It feels like this was something that people were begging for last season. Try Haji out in the roam, and even before that, and now he's back here.
Well, Askin, you have been given. That's exactly what it is. And I would love to commend Blacklist for sticking to this. This is exactly where Bren was a few seasons
well, I get
ago,
mad
way
if they
back
don't tip me,
season 10.
yes.
It did not work out. They
I don't
did
get mad
not
at them,
finish
but yeah,
in
if you
the
don't tip me, it's
strongest
kind of
way,
crazy.
But they stuck with it. They let it
If
cook.
a table stiffs
they
me-
let the combination cook, and look where they are now.
Let's put it this way. My
that in
tip
season 13, finally
percentage
we see
averages
come to
anywhere from
fruition,
20 to
the
23%.
expectations to see Haji
That's
go
my
into
tip
a
percentage
full-on
average. So depending
leadership
on
role.
how
He
much
goes
food I
without
sell
it as
every
a
day,
co-captain
I make
with
about 20
the
to
Hitman,
23%
Bren in the
of my
previous season that
sales.
They shared the roster together, right? But now it's him who's clearly taken the lead. It's him at the reins of this very young roster. So with that said, I'm all for it. I want to see the machine work.
Because I don't get because servers hourlies in NA.
Going up against AP Bren.
Servers hourly in NA is below minimum wage. So we make our living off of tips. We don't make our living off
as we see two of
hourly
the
pay.
most celebrated, decorated, talented, and just beloved XP laners in all of the game. For AP Bren, we gotta see that
Yeah,
hunger.
that's why
You've won
Clay.
so much already. What in the opening weekend
It's
will you
just
show
I don't know.
that
It's just how it
proves
is in
that doesn't get to your head that there's
in
more
America.
to the bees. As for Blacks International, show us your determination. Again, all throughout the years, we know now the brand speaks for himself. You see this logo themselves. They
I
are
serve
they. You
sometimes
know what they
cashier
can bring.
smoothie station.
Prove that that's
Lol.
what we're going to see soon enough. And as well for both, show us why you're two of the best teams ever. Again, they're both world champions, both multi-time MPL champions. The world knows that MLBB from the Philippines.
At my restaurant, we
we're
do
all in
not
it's
we
black
do
and
not have
gold.
any kind of
This is what
service
it's all
charge.
about.
Yeah, and you see there actually on the screen, Flap TZ showing there the two coaches of AP Bren, Coach Ducky and Coach Trevor,
very
formerly of
cute.
Echo.
Is there a Kala Dex Bond version?
We gotta see
Oh,
that.
Blacklist
It's
No,
there
that's
somewhere.
not legit
Yeah.
Moba
Come
Zane
on.
right
Hopefully
there.
the next meetup between these two, that'll happen.
Yeah, maybe it's in Haji's phone. Because
Hopefully.
I don't know if you guys don't notice it because Haji's looks so young. He's actually one of the longest players in that team. Like the most
But I would
experienced.
rather have the setup how it is in America. I would rather make less minimum wage and get tips because I average out to much more
Exactly. So, real quick, again,
than
just to
minimum
throw back to
wage,
the,
a lot
K2B
more
broadcast
than
by
minimum
Infinix.
wage
Gentlemen, do you get the same
through
vibe
tips.
that this just becomes more than mechanics? Like the way that these K2Vs and how we should expect to watch this matchup and see it unfold. It's more than just what happens in the Land of Dawn. There's a lot to it. There's a mythos. There's a legend to it.
Yeah,
What is the best burger you make?
It's a technical
We don't
aspect.
have like a bunch of different types of burgers. We're a French,
Organically
so we are a French-American brazier.
that have painted for the rest of the world. They're
Of course,
legends.
Real
They're
today he doesn't
legends
watch
at this
Trash
point.
Tracks.
Flap,
Wow, bro.
you being
The smoke.
the
We have
two
one
of the
burger on our
three
menu, and then we have a
world
burger of the week.
champions in MLBB.
Right now, our burger of the week has
the Filipino sniper Oheb, the Canadian
fried goat
Haji.
cheese croquettes on it,
It's fun to look
bacon,
at it, and it's still important to look at it
I think like a
technicals-wise,
paprika
but in
aioli
terms of just
and
enjoy it.
Gruyere
Oh my God, it's
cheese.
Blacklist
Our
versus AP Bren, you can't let that go.
our
Their
burger
logos are basically
on the
stamps of
menu
excellence, not
is
just for the players
Gruyere
currently right
cheese,
there,
which
but
is
for
Swiss
everyone else who
essentially,
has passed through
American
these
cheddar,
colors.
All right. I'm gonna show
garlic
the marking
aioli,
me. Is this your
lettuce,
Stone
tomato,
Cold Rock? Is this
and
what it
caramelized
looks like?
onions.
The closest that has ever been, yes, in terms of the figures.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hey,
Immortal,
only donations
literally.
can snack dog.
Who doesn't know these guys, right?
These are icons. And they throw back to different eras, right? Blacklist
Bro,
started their
turkey
dominance
burger,
in season
gross.
7. AP Bren, even as
That's
far
some
back
real
as
California
someone
shit
argued
right
season
there.
one,
You know you're
all
from the
about
West.
Bren. So now they're so long living.
And right now, obviously, it just starts to feel like all three of us are just right there. We're all with you guys. We are excited to see what these teams have been cooking, because obviously everyone wants to play what they play.
Yeah, earlier, Rockhard, I asked you your thoughts heading into this match right before we ended the first series. You said, I wish I could just watch this game. And as casters, we will admit, there are some games that we wish we could just watch. It's always
Dang loud. Shout out. How you doing, man?
But when you have these two titans, the context, the history between
I don't get a break, bro. Utah, I don't have a break. If I want to hit my vape, I go to the bathroom real fast.
If I'm a member of the Hive or an agent here tonight, I'll just tell you.
That's another like.
Yes.
Most servers don't like I don't get a 15-minute break at some point. It's not a thing. I might get like if I'm working a double shift and I'm gonna have like if I go like so for example on Saturdays I go in at 11 a.m.
We can keep our jobs.
I get like an hour break at some point, but then I come so like 4 to 5 or 5 to 6. I might take a break in a sense of like I clock out completely, and then I come back and I work from like 6 to 1 a.m.
For baby Bren, Flap TZ has been crazy recently. I don't know what is with this guy, but he's got it.
That's when like I might eat something. And
perfect response.
Like
they're capable of playing the aggressive way. They're capable of playing the long game and finding an odd moment to rope a dope.
But a tray of food. No.
When AP Bren are cooking, it's always the perfect response to whatever is happening.
All right. So
minimum
that's a quick
hours I work.
Reminder of what AP Bren likes. Blacklist
like
International.
A short shift
so I can join
would be like a weekday
for
shift in the morning.
Deadly
like
comfort.
10 to, like
you
if
know
I'm lucky, if I get cut first.
And the
utility
like type
4
junglers
hours,
and roamers,
like a normal shift is like 7 or 8 hours.
And I think they have to kind of just roll back to what they're known for, especially when Bonchan was just on a roll.
Bro, what is going on with
it's
their
to
mics
innovate.
right
I feel like
holy crap.
You go up for an off season, Bonchan just comes in with something crazy. It shakes everything up. I miss those times, and those are some things that you can never count out with Blacklist.
I'd like to think that's one solid strength. I'm not saying that that doesn't exist anymore. It's not something.
Do I remember dish names and ingredients? Of course I remember dish names and ingredients.
Is their step-by-step approach to the game, whether it be outside of the Land of Dawn or
I have to. It's my job.
Maybe only second to RSG, who's through the leadership of Coach.
You guys want the pitch, yo? You guys want the pitch? Ask me about my brunch and lunch menu, yo. Ask me about my brunch and lunch menu. Say what's good on the brunch and lunch menu.
The Royal Duo in the
Ask me about it, yo.
Lineup or this younger lineup, they always know what's next after a certain play.
All right. And so people will probably say, hey, Reptar, why didn't you say anything for AP Bren? I'll put it simply.
I serve eggless omelets.
And now we are heading into the draft between two legendary organizations. Figures up there in the myth.
I can tell you about the dinner menu too, but it's brunch time, right? But guys, it's breakfast time. It's 6:40 a.m. right now. We're about to open up for brunch. Why the hell would I? Why? What do you want to know about my dinner menu? But dinner menu don't start till 4, guys. Damn it! No, I'm just kidding, guys. Brunch menu? All right, so for brunch, our chorizo sausage Benedict is probably the most popular thing on the menu. Personally, I'm a fan of the smoked salmon Benedict. If you like smoked salmon, lock style, we smoke it ourselves in-house. It's cold smoked, so it's a little more on the raw texture side than usual, but it is delicious on the omelet, the Benedict, or the platter if you want a more of a classic style. If you want something sweet, definitely go for the waffles or the French toast over the pancakes. Pancakes are still good, but very large and very sweet. Now, if we take a look at our lunch side, my favorite thing is a Cuban sandwich. Comes with plantains, but also is great with fries if you want to sub them out. Out of the salads, Cassis Signature Salad is my personal favorite. It doesn't come with greens. It's more like a caprese. Goes great paired well with salmon, shrimp, or scallops. Out of the appetizers, tuna tartare is always a fan favorite. Brussels sprouts are good. I love the mussels. They got a little bit of a spicy kick to them. And yeah, those are some of my big picks. On Wednesdays, we also do half off on champagne, but today is going to be Friday, so we don't have any deals going on for brunch.
Yeah. And then he can see in 4K.
Yeah, you can see. Not even 4K. It zoomed into his eye, then it just saw the universe.
My goodness.
And I'm only bringing that up because that's what it feels like when we have Coach Ducky and Coach Bonchan drafting. It seems like they're steps.
My name is Blank. I'll be taking care of you guys today. Can I start you guys off with anything other than
plus the analytical depth of one Dexstar and
Rex does tableside casting for his day job, essentially. Yes.
The Trevor Blitz draft. I don't know if it's a matter of them taking their time or they really talking through it, but it looks like we already have our first pick. Is that a Vexana?
It does.
First pick, Vex.
Seems to be. That's crucial.
Is that a pick or a ban?
That's a pick. Bro, what is up with these mics right now?
Yeah, it should be a pick on the Vex.
Yeah, I would really be very.
There's a hair in your food. I'm so sorry about that, sir. So the question is oh my God, I'm so sorry about that. Did you want to do something else? I can gladly whip you up something else real fast.
And those heroes that know when to drop the ult, when to make things fly. Not saying he's not on par mechanically. I'm just saying that's exactly why you pick a hero like Fiona.
Sadly, we don't have a vegan, quote-unquote vegan menu. I do have a couple of vegan options if you'd like to know about them.
Again, it was just, last season when we saw him anime flickering away from ults and key skills. Like, oh, you saw that? And
predicted that?
Yeah, and is this not the same player?
Have I ever spit on? No, I've never spit on customers' food.
Well, we're about to see it now.
Yeah, I've seen a
a Lilia, a Fredrin.
What was saying getting zesty?
A Joy in mid. There's nothing you can't do.
I'm sure there's a muscle memory for Selena there as well.
Do I have a halal menu? No, not really. I mean, I have like pork, like halal-friendly food, but I do not have a halal menu.
You're considered one of the older players in the league already.
Recommend to a vegan customer for dinner, definitely the curry lentils or some of our salad options. I also do have a... No, my veggie. Technically, my veggie burger is not completely vegan. You'd have to go no bun.
18 when he was.
Like if I was gonna recommend either curry lentils or one of my salads.
Maybe, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
With a nice lemon vinaigrette or something.
Actually is a pick that has been rising up in popularity in off-season tournaments.
Can you order water? Just water? Sir, if you're not gonna be ordering any food, we gotta get you out of here. Sorry.
Hey,
I know you're going through your own things. But yes. Let's quickly run back through the bans first. Ruby, Novaria, CC for APBR.
All right, we're back up, baby.
Matilda, Joy, and Nolan for Blacklist International.
I like that they actually paid attention to all three of the Trinity. Again, there's the Joy, there's the Nolan, there's the Gwyn.
And the patch notes, of course.
And Blacklist International going tit for tat, save for their difference in mid and jungle.
All right,
so
enough talk about food.
They're keeping their tabs open. Coach Trevor
Bren versus Black.
Asking Kyle, hey, you need the hero now? Kyle says, no, we can wait. And what's left for Kyle?
Yo, what's up with this font, though, today,
there's
bro?
Still the Fred, still
Guys,
the Baksha.
Can we talk about this?
Not many assassins. Barats, but I don't like
Bro,
the
what
Barats
is this font going on down here, bro?
Gonna be a struggle.
Fanny, did you
The
say
AP, the Brack, and the name font?
Nope, there it is. There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Like,
I was surprised. I was like, wait, did I?
No.
You gave me a heart attack, man.
Yeah, I was.
Was this Ariel?
Fanny is also part. She's a phantom part of that Trinity.
That's true.
Only second, maybe to Nolan. She's one of the few assassins actually valid.
For specific players. Right.
Correct. And Kyle Teasy is one of those players.
Oh boy. Yeah.
My restaurant's been open for 14
At
years.
it right now, again,
Probably coming up on
the fact
15
that
at this point.
Guinevere's range on her spatial migration has been shortened, so it's not going to be... She needs to get a little bit closer to get that jump off. And it's easier to read.
Yo, did Edward cut his hair?
Trajectory of it, honestly. Like, I've gone ever since
What the
I've
hell?
gone up against a few Guineveres, and I found myself
Hey, yo, did Edward
not
cut his
getting
hair?
hit by it way more.
It's not as abusive
Oh,
as
nah.
it once was,
Yeah.
right? It's not as
Nah, bruh.
unpunishable. You can kind of see it coming now. And, you know.
Oh, sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah, you can see it coming from a mile away. Anyway,
Yeah, I was cooking. I think they're reading in the situation that maybe the Grok is going to the XP. It's not impossible. Because they still blocked out the Barats.
My accent is
You can
not
still put a different
Texas.
roamer,
No, I'm
like
from
they-
Florida.
say, Rafael or something to allow for a Barats. But then they blocked that out.
All right. Trying to look at what we have here. Paquito. There we go.
Obviously.
Edward Balboa.
Gotta utilize that early game Paquito, and you know that's one for Agent Zero.
I have the Tiger playing already.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, in my head it was the bass line first. Yep.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why Paquito showing up there. He's always been a good secondary choice to go for in the EXP lane. However, because of the change to Paquito, especially
I
now,
remember
with
syrup
the
sandwiches and gram allowances. Now I'm
you get
counting
second
shit.
skill at level 1. By level 2, there's a good chance if you land your combos, you're winning lane.
Oh, there it is.
You should. And there's the Fred.
Yep.
It's a World Championship winning Fred there for Kyle Teasy. It looks like it's a roam grok from my point of view, and it's an R-lot. I think this is going in the hands of Flap Teasy.
Looks like we're seeing Okay, there you go.
No question.
No question about that.
If y'all were watching Series 1 tonight, Minana Evos versus TNC, and you saw how Kirk won 2 MVPs back-to-back, y'all watch Flap Teasy's Arlet.
You're gonna be in for a treat. You're gonna be in for a treat for sure.
Yeah, and this is a tendency that we actually see with lineups that have Claude and Guinevere's. If open, the opposing team will probably pick Arlott. There's just something about, of course, with the speed of Final Slash coming out, the repositioning, and the surprise factor that it brings, it can mess up the entries of Claude's and Guinevere's.
It's too good right now. It's too good. You can throw it on almost any position still, even with the nerfs, and it can never go wrong.
Yeah. Very flexible pickup there. Very dependable. Blacklist International. Okay. I haven't heard that
that was a
voice line in
very,
while.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's a new
Magandang
line.
gabi.
It's one of those newer lines from New Skin.
Magandang umaga.
Really? Yeah.
Cool.
So Valentina most likely going to be getting. I wouldn't be surprised if this gonna instead of the Eternal Guard, it's actually gonna opt to go for one of the setup.
Coach Banchan's back. All right.
Or the Wild Charge. Yes.
Come on, Blacklist. I like their setup for a first turtle right here. I'm not gonna lie, guys. All right, so listen, guys. We need Blacklist to get first turtle.
So with this said,
if Blacklist gets first turtle, Comanche gifts the chat 2 subs. So we get 2 memberships for 2 lucky viewers if Blacklist gets first turtle. That means you guys also need to put some voodoo in the air. Even if you're an AP Bren fan, we need Blacklist to get first turtle.
As
All right?
me in Rock Hunt would like to see.
That's true. I would again. You.
Bro, Comanche, don't use my coffee emoji against me, bro.
As of late. Aurora, I'm missing out the Auroras.
It's fine if AP Bren wins. We just need Blacklist to get first turtle.
Huge shout outs to our online viewers who are with us to witness our superstar match of the week, AP Bren and Blacklist International.
And of course, as our way of saying thanks, watch out for the code that you may redeem in your MLBB app for hero skins and tournament chests.
Game number 1 between two legendary
Look at Ogwin
organizations.
by Orange Buff right now.
Before the storm. Early game priorities, Leo, what do we expect?
I'm expecting that this Grok pick by AP Bren will make
Blacklist
International using their early resources. Again, a flicker for a flicker, but Ogwin still walks away.
Yeah,
well done. Well done.
That's exactly what you got to do the moment you hit that level 2.
Yep.
And yeah, they're making it a possible.
That's not Trex, that's G the Ico.
Great call there by Blacklist International. To tell Edward to be proactive from the lane early on. By the way,
the goated idol.
The goated idol of the world.
Oh!
Second.
Almost getting taken down there. But
Come on,
5 days,
first
10 hours,
turtle. Oh
41
shit, let me move my
minutes.
camera. Let me move my camera. Let me move my camera.
Season 1.
He's a
5
season
days?
oneer. I mean, you counted the total hours.
Total hours, yes.
That's right. Okay, so that's 2 flickers off the board for AP Bren, 1 from Blacks International, and they already have, but what, a 200, 300 gold lead?
This is an easy first turtle, boys.
Please,
easy first turtle.
Do not mind that.
Easy first turtle, boys.
We will have to jog the system to get the actual items, but something to note about emblems. Check out Tinsui, rocking that concussive blast. Something tells me he wants to expedite lane clears and camp clears so they can be part of fights sooner.
That means Blacklist definitely going to want to play it closer to the chest here. You can see Flap TZ. US close by. He's
goodness.
Out of Flap TZ.
Come on, boys.
He goes for the re-engage.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
1v1 as well. Cal TZ. There goes the Eternal Guard. And those
That's
guards
turtle
just
number
gonna have to find their own
one.
way back to their masters.
Seems like he know what to do.
Haji walking in Shinsui in the middle of the turtle fight.
Yeah,
come on, give me that turtle, boys. Give me that turtle.
Blacklist International. What a master class. 4 clashes.
Well, Rockhard, earlier
thank you,
mentioned
Comanche.
for AP Bren, Flap TZ and the EX Page is doing really well. Right now,
I need coffees in the chat, boys.
Of the change to Paquito
We need coffees in the chat, boys.
In the early game. Great
Coffees in the chat.
Even better if you're landing your abilities with their EXP laner, against the opposing EXP laner. And Blacklist International are really putting pressure as well onto Flap TZ's lane.
And that's the right thing to do, I think. Given AP Bren's lineup,
guys,
besides Ogwin
don't bet against
and maybe
Trex.
Kyle TZ,
Don't.
not many of
Whatever
them
you
will
do,
actually
you
have
don't bet
any
against Trex,
actual
okay?
impact up until the mid game. Looking at Super Marco, you want items on that carry. Looking at Flap, you can sustain, but there's really no source of damage or follow through unless it's a big fight.
We gonna learn you, boys.
AP Bren's waiting for that, for the right response, for the right timing.
And I'm really loving this Yua pick. You can see why they pick it
First
up on
Mobazane,
last.
next Comanche
Great answer
Battles.
with either Wild Charge, Eternal Guard.
Who's
They can
next
do
on the
basically
list?
anything here. And maybe a Final Slash. You never know what's going to come out of Yua. Gotta watch out for that for AP Bren.
Yeah. Right now, Hogan forced to go back out easy, trying to be aggressive.
Yeah, Calteezy will definitely be able to dance out.
Turtle
on
match
the
predictions
Here's
definitely
the
not
items
on
real
steroids.
That's Oheb
Turtle
up on
predictions
Marco's gold by about 200,
on steroids.
300,
Comanche Battles,
and
thank
that's
you
a huge
for the gifted
chunk
subs.
Of the gold lead actually standing on both teams. But look at that, Marco actually barely on forward. The Oath catches Ogwin.
Good damage from Sensui, but there you go. That's what you get. Obviously, it's still a tank Guinevere when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens. You can't do it with a 1v1 yet.
You see here the struggle for the R-Lot and the slight struggle for AP Bren. Although they have a good amount of control for them right now, seems like Blacklist are timing their abilities a little bit better, maximizing them, I think would be the better word, because they're controlling the tempo that AP Bren usually likes to set.
Yep, and it's because of space. It's the fact that their lineup is just more mobile, it's just more agile, and at this point in the game, it's the re-engages that matter. It's not exactly the actual secures. Not like this, see? You're not going to get the skill, and it's so hard to confirm the skill unless you waste your ults, your resources.
Lies, I
Little
lost.
inches.
Oh,
God.
Temp check here, but will be trapped in with a huge barrier here.
Bro, Blacklist actually.
Blacklist members getting quite low. Calteezy as well might force him to back off. Ogwin, Flapteezy, will they pull the trigger?
Calteezy able to take it. Very clean, very clean, very clean.
In that turtle, Blacklist on the back here.
The game
Oh, UA in trouble. A lot of
and
damage.
There you go.
Flap picks it up.
We just not in the position to contest. There goes first blood for AP Bren.
Oh, they're still going to be continuing in what?
Oh,
God. Here, Haji falling as well. Flapteezy gets the first 2 kills of the game.
Bro, my guy's mic is out of control.
The rope-a-dope.
My guy's mic is out of control.
That AP Bren love to do and do so well.
That's right, and they understood
Ay,
that
ay,
Blacklist
ay.
can do it very well with this roster, with this lineup. But AP Bren played it to a point wherein after that turtle, they used the advantage that was taken from the turtle.
Where was
shield.
that during the
Damage
first
on
turtle,
Calteezy,
bro?
Extra shields on everyone. And again,
Inside job, bro. Inside job. What can I say? I had to pull some strings real quick.
Into eventually 2 kills and a major objective. Now there's a relatively big lead when it comes to engagement in space.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of engagement, US seems to want to see if he can get some damage off the Calteezy, but Haji is actually not going to be able to close it up. No Fury not in range yet. AP Bren, they are walking the fence here, and they catch Ogwin. Ogwin
Nice
might
pick
be in
onto
trouble
Ogwin.
here.
Oh!
Charges out of the way, and UN not going
played.
to have the abilities
Well played, Ogwin.
to close the gap.
Woo. Master Ogwin able to get out of that. Now, an interesting thing that happened actually right before that was in the middle lane. You can see the health of that middle tower for Blacklist International.
Oh boy.
Low. On a rotational choice by Few and Kyle Teasy after getting that win in the orange side of the jungle of Blacklist International, went to the mid, and now Blacklist will have to worry because of when that tower falls. And AP
I did not bet. No, I don't
falls,
bet money, guys.
then
I'm not
AP Bren are
I'm
gonna
not allowed to
start playing
gamble.
that AP Bren game of
We
smothering
do some
you with the
friendly
mid.
wagers on
It's a
turtles
major
here and
artery,
there.
And honestly, it was paid for by Ogwin. Ogwin was willing to die for that push, but he didn't. That's what it is.
Yeah, Calteezy and Sensui just facing off against each other. Flicker used by Edward. That Paquito might have some trouble re-engaging, especially reaching Super Marco here at the back, who is working on this turtle right now.
And that's it. Kyle Deasy secures once more, and I think Blacklist understand that we can't let that first turtle take happen again. And Kyle Deasy pushing the advantage.
Yeah, just keeping at it, making sure that Blacklist don't have much room to breathe here on the bottom side of the map. Oheb just not quite ready to take the fight just yet.
So, what started off as a rough time in the EXP lane for Flap, TZ, and AP Bren eventually turned into, well, even there, but definitely the major artery of the game in the mid lane broken by AP Bren. That's one of their main comforts, and Oheb is also struggling in the gold lane up against Super Marco that just got broken down. So this is now the AP Bren timer of that mid-game power spike.
Yeah, calling back here, one of the safest carry gamers in
Black's
the
not
world.
out just
in
yet.
Season 10 in his debut season, only didn't die?
That's right. No.
Or died once.
He had a 6 or 7 game win streak.
7 game win streak
Right
on the carry.
before carry was actually fully on meta.
Yeah.
It was Super Marco was pushing the propaganda, and it actually happened. And now with that said, he may be up on Oheb, maybe just 300, 400 gold, because again, Oheb hasn't died. But just the same, the map is not looking good for Blacklist.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like he's touchable at all here. Even Edward gonna have a hard time reaching Super Marco.
AP Bren.
All right, so now the question is for Blacklist International. How do you come back from this?
So I think Edward is huge in this. They need Edward to be able to find some flanks, find some angles, take out Feud, take out Super Marco, which the possibility is there, right?
Wait for OHEB to get his
Blacklist is
trinity,
not too far
and then
behind.
try
It's
to
a
go
3K
deep
gold
into the back
deficit.
line, take down Few, find the window wherein Marco can die. But, well, the priorities, number one, get some farm on OHEB. And I don't know if this Blacklist International has the
And then also, yeah,
anti-disaster
OHEB is
protocol
huge.
in them. It's in the programming, it's in the code, but they need to consider that too. Because Sensui,
I think a lot of what matters here is OHEB and Edward.
He's struggling. He just got a purple buff taken from under his nose here. Lord, gonna come up. Rockhart. It's not that far in gold, so Blacklist can contest, but should they?
That's a big question, isn't it? Even if Sensui gets in, the damage is quite negligible, and everyone just can get out, even with the capture here. So, yeah, I guess that's the question. Blacklist, is OHEB ready? Will Sensui go straight for Few or something? Because Super Marco
Aji has
is just
flicker.
an unanswered answer right now. Oh.
This is a dance if I've ever seen one, gentlemen.
Yeah, the closest we got to an old school Lord dance, a little bit more new gen version.
The
of
reset.
It. Quick reset.
Yeah, faster pace. Yeah, there you go.
You actually see the two teams managing the minion waves in mid and bottom first before they prioritize and trying to jockey for position.
Sensui working his way around the back.
Position maybe to get into a good Violet Requiem, but then again can be easily punished here by Super Marco.
Ooh, second soft reset of this Lord Dance elapsed maybe 30, 40 seconds in now, and they maintain the HP. It's still there, half health.
The Lord Dance to fold, still waiting for who's going to pull the trigger.
Oh, man.
Exactly in position. Here comes AP Bren.
Yeah, that's a beautiful wall here, making sure that no one can actually expect maybe
Haji push through.
for a good
Big
Violet
knockup.
Requiem, and we're seeing it right now.
Blazing
but the
duet.
effect is just not being felt
Sensui
here.
working on it. Kyle Teasy able to take it.
But
But Oakland goes down. Few goes down as well. Kyle Teasy next.
Here for Blacklist.
It's a 3-for-1. Blacklist coming out on top. 1 for 3 still.
Oh boy, and one more
one
to
for
boot.
3 for 2. 3 for 2.
Easy can make it, but Super Marco make sure there's damage to boot. OHEB close by as well, but no ultimate means it's a no-go.
All right, it's messy, it's scrappy,
3 for 2.
but I'd say
Lord goes
both
to the side of
teams
AP.
walked away with an exchange that they're willing to walk away. This is what you call a negotiation.
Oh.
When
Yeah.
neither party is
Definitely a
happy,
negotiation.
But they walk away with what they got.
They got something.
Oh,
They got
all right.
something.
Something to note about that fight, right? The only reason why it ended in a trade like that is because OHEB came in from all the way top, put stacks on his Art of Thievery first, and then engaged. And then after you saw Lord go down to the 8 or 9K mark, that's the point of no return. And that was just the perfect timing for them to come in and then punish. Get the first 2 kills on AP Bren, trade for Blacklist, eventually another kill for AP Bren, and then Blacklist gets 1, and then the Lord got taken from there.
Flapteasy just missed the final slash. AP Bren did get the Lord. Blacklist minimized their losses, but they are going to be dropping towers as AP Bren continue to push forward. Kiana pickups Few with a Divine Glimpse.
Oh, Sensui.
Up.
Lands on a flap, not
Maybe
enough
they
though.
can make some more happen here.
Lord
but
gonna
no,
get melted
missing
down.
Out on some
AP Bren
crucial
takes
jumps
mid-tier
here. Edward
2.
also trying to get a backline access going, but just it's
Other
just
than that,
no
Black
go
is
if you're
good.
going for Super Marco.
Step by step, AP Bren are taking what's free on the map. They did not force the issue for bottom lane inhibitor, so they took mid-tier 2.
This gives them a big boost in gold.
Top tier 2, and then with that, Blacklist are now cordoned off inside their own base. It'll be lucky if maybe Edward or OHEB can actually find farm elsewhere, but that'll be very, very difficult. Like, see here now, Agent Zero, he has to consider going home. He can't split push like this. I think AP Red is on his chase.
Oh yeah, running back. And you see there, because of the presence of Agent Zero and some key team fights, that's where the heart of
Big problem is Sensui and Flapteasy. It's a 2-level difference, man. He never stood a chance in the retry.
And two things that Sensui and Haji have been doing really well is actually maximizing their control, which is why AP Bren can't get that picture-perfect team fight that we're known for them to have. Even though we see the positioning that is classic AP Bren, the dominant performance in a team fight, it's getting controlled really well by Blacklist International.
If you're AP Bren, you're just looking at, you know what, Leo's right. They're going to have a lot of team fight access here from the back with Edward. But if you are AP Bren, you're also thinking, you know what, keep an eye on Edward, we should be good. So our front is pretty much covered.
Yeah, something else to note, I think they have to keep tabs on Edward's flicker timer. Again, now it's clear for us to see 40 seconds in, but that's not going to be enough time for until the Lord spawns in about 20. So there'll be a, 10, 15-second window wherein AP Bren is free of any threat from Agent Zero. So I wonder if they're playing that well now, especially since they're setting up the long lane here in bottom.
Yeah, not just to avoid his threat, but also to find a way to punish him for not having a flicker up, but he's going to the opposite side of the map. I don't think AP Bren will find that opening. They get first positioning in the Lord. Oh, have got the orange buff there.
Waves look super good right now, and looks like it is a go for AP Bren. Super Marco up front,
Wow.
and a huge entrance here for Flap TC.
Oh,
Nice
Haji getting
request,
melted down.
but
That's
nice
rough.
answer here for Requiem, but Edward is also going to be put
Bro,
up
Black
very,
can't find a way
very
in, man.
low.
They can't find a way in.
Face full of light wheels.
Edward, none of them can. They're looking for an angle. They're looking for an angle.
Ready to go in maybe,
He
but the
wants
wild
Super
charge
Marco.
moment stops
He finds
him out.
Few. He finds
it
Few.
goes down
Edward,
as
that's
well,
huge.
Edward takes
But the rest
out
of the team
Few.
is
It's a
falling,
reset on the
crumbling.
board, but look at him. Caltisi, Super Marco. They're taking him out. They are wreaking havoc on the Blacklist front line.
What looked like a huge fight for the Lord turned into just, you know what? Let's just fight. A good turn by both teams. A good decision there. AP Bren will win that Lord out, and now they're going to be marching towards top.
Deja vu. It was just but weeks ago that Blacklist had to face the Turkish Fireflux Esports, and it was in the very same moment.
my God!
Oh, the outplay! The outplay from Marco!
Now, that's just the firepower talking. That's just about the 4K, 5K
Bro.
gold lead that AP Bren has.
That's
Bro.
Marco Maniac right there. That wasn't a maniac, but you know how he can play.
It felt like a maniac.
Felt like a maniac.
Mr. Marco.
That's what matters.
Fun fact about Super Marco, most kills in MPL Philippines Season 12.
We need a Mr.
128, also the
You know how there's
highest
like the
per game,
cuties, the
MPL, and
supers,
gold
the
per game.
teasies.
Super Marco
We need a Mr.
showing why he
Mr.
is one of the
Few.
best, if not the best
Mr. Marco.
in the world right now.
He's on his way to most kills now. Again, he's credited for about half of all of AP Bren's kills at this point. And again, was it not this same carry that wasn't doing anything much past the 6 or 7 minute mark of this game? He was very quiet. He needed that mid-game power spike, and now they're playing off of inevitability. Looking at the item builds, Amai, is that right? Is Sensui building hybrid?
Seems so. I think they are feeling that big lack of some damage, maybe, into what we can only expect when the Violent Requiem comes in. They're just not getting what they want. Now they are going to have to face the brunt of the AP Bren's front line.
Here comes AP Bren. Looking to seal game one right here, but Caltisi gets caught. Sensui goes
Very
back.
happy in. Sensui with
Yeah,
the
but
back
Sensui
here.
can't
Logan is
even
on
use the
top.
Violent Requiem,
Waves
man.
are getting cleared up, but will
He just
it
gets
be
shredded
enough?
down if he
Another
does.
victory,
Haji?
and it's only going to be a few people
Blazing
coming
duet.
up. And
Not enough.
Go for it once more.
Edward in the backside, looking for Few, trying to pull him away. He does buy enough time. Sensui, no way. Sensui can't do it. Nope. That's it. GG's. Well played.
It's 1-0.
GG's. Well played.
Start. Great start for the reigning champions of the world. It was rough for them in the beginning, a bit of pressure from the side of Blacklist International Agent Zero. But as always, AP Bren finds a way to turn it around and spike up in the mid-game.
Exactly how you expect the world champions to play, you will not be able to breathe.
Sheesh.
You know what I mean, right? When you're in the game and you're trying to get some breathing room, they will not give that to you.
Yep, as soon as they went for that gambit in mid, Ogwin almost paid with his life to try and push that mid lane turret, open up that main artery to allow for the rest of AP Bren to farm, wherein it was supposedly Blacklist farming that definitely grew that gold lead. I'm waiting for the post-game stats. I want to see if it really was just about 5K or 6K in between, because it felt like more. It felt like double that.
Yeah, I think it would also have to be attributed to the fact that Blacklist International at times looked hesitant to make a play. They were, it's as if they got into the idea of, this is AP Bren we're dealing with. We have to find a better picture of our start. And that sort of got to them. That's what it sort of
Andrio,
felt
what's
like
up, man?
at times for me. I could be wrong.
The way I read that situation, again, on your behalf at least, because I get it. It's either I make the right choice or no choice at all.
Yeah.
They made, in some junctures, no choice at all, which allowed AP Bren to barrel on forward even more.
I think most of it was kind of balanced around whether or not Agent Zero was going to have to make a good entry.
It's Agent Zero who was making more of the, all right, I'll just try anyways.
I'll try something.
Yeah.
So, and if it doesn't work, I feel like Blacklist always went for the reset, which is, again, it's not to fault. They didn't like lose out on any big team fights. There's always someone left alive, but they also didn't win any big ones as well.
It's what happens when you have a Minotaur and a Guinevere. Those are your strengths, right? Motivation Roar, get some heals. spatial migration, basically the whole kit of Guinevere is come in, CC, jump out, come in, CC, jump out.
And you're alive. You have heal.
But again, it's the finishing power. It's the, I'd say, committing towards the end. Let's go ahead and check out the post-game stats here, starting with our MVP, awarding it over to Super Macau on that carry, his signature hero, rocking that. Folks, this is how you build carry these days. It's a remnants of that off-season tank carry that was a nightmare, the bane of everyone's existence in ranked games. But this time, this is the version that works, all right? So take a note from your very own Super Marco, M5 World Champion, MPL Champion, International Sensation, Fighter Emblem, Attack Speed, Life Spell Vamp, and then Brave Smite. All right, let's check out the highlights once again. Super Marco, eyes on him. He played the early game very safely, only took part where it mattered. Look, he knows that there was a turtle fight. He knows that there was a scuffle.
I'm sorry.
He's like, you know what? No, fam, I'm going to farm. I'm going to let Oheb go ahead and rotate because I know that past the 5-minute mark, 6, 7 minutes, here, 10, the very first Lord take from AP Bren, they were going to pop off and then get the payoff from here. Super Marco going for the flank, waiting for this trade to actually pay off. Again, it was a very expensive trade for Blacklist, cost him the Lord, and in the second Lord
We'll
take,
see.
this is where it all
Who plays
went
tomorrow, man?
AP Bren. Yes, they did lose few, but it was a
That Echo
on
Onic game is going to be spicy, bro.
They will get the Lord, and then they allowed
That Echo
Marco
Onic game will be
to barrel
spicy.
on forward. This is where it started to feel like he was playing with a maniac kill score. I mean, he did not score the maniac, but eventually it came in where it was just
That Echo Onic
again, as
game.
mentioned earlier, inevitability that they were playing off of a carry that has a solid amount of peel and good damage backup NCC from the Vexana. Looking at the game time, 16 minutes, that's about a solid clip, especially since Blacklist was playing a solid early game, but come mid and late, power spike from AP Bren, and when Super Marco said, you know what, Marco online, that's where it started to change.
I'm excited to see how Sandford plays in current meta. We haven't really got to see 40
and now, eyes
in a
on
bit.
Sensui here. Do note earlier,
You know?
was actually US items I was looking at, thinking he was building hybrid, but no, this is full-on tank Sensui Guinevere, the El Clasico, even as far back as Season 12. Comparing that to what Kyle TZ built, who was already propping up for Oheb to be online.
Bro, there's an Onic PH, Vegapunk. It's not your fault.
It's
okay.
Early. I think as early
Onic
as the
PH
Lord
just picked up
#1
Kelra,
has
bro.
blade armor, so he knows that if Oheb is coming in,
We get to see if Kelra's on fraud alert or not.
Trying to take the retribution out of Blacklist, AP Bren's formula, then he would at least pay the price. That would be at least a trade. Looking at the damage dealt, team fight participation. Again, majority of these kills going over to Super Marco. Kyle TZ and Flap TZ being solid, both peel and a threat for CC. Solid front line. But still, this is odd. Gentlemen, I did not feel that Edward was a sandbag. Did y'all feel that too? I think he was putting out solid amounts of damage.
Yeah,
Did a solid pick-off maybe 2 or 3 times, but him taking the most damage?
Probably because of the shields, he didn't feel like he was dying a lot, but he was probably the amounts.
AP Enriquez, what's up, man?
Right? Yeah, because he was the frontliner that was always deepest, I believe, for Blacklist International.
I guess. So, again, the amount of damage he was dishing out and taking, and then weaving in and out of fights, maybe that's what added up to the 94K.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of like, I kind of feel like this is like,
talking about damage to turrets,
like this is kind of like big last shot to see if Kelra is truly the quote-unquote gold standard, you know?
Wow, what a performance by these two teams, and of course AP.
And Cielo, that's the thing, right? So like, he's been on a pretty bad team for a while. Now it's like, I don't think there's really many excuses this time.
Caught myself with my mouth open. Wow, it's like, how do they keep doing that? It's amazing how they do it. But at the same time, you also have to give it to Blacklist. I mean, it was a very slow burn.
Like, I wasn't really
did not mention as much of Flap TZ. The fact that
I wasn't really like super big
player, or at least a silent
on into MLBB esports when Kelra was like at his peak, when people always talked about Kelra and hyped him up. And then like, so for me, Kelra, I've never like, I've seen, like, don't get me wrong, like I remember after M3 watching a game.
Before we move on, though, we just have to remind everyone.
Watching a game and seeing right after M3, watching Kelra like 1v2 Oheb and someone else on Blacklist. So like I know he's got it in him, but also like in my opinion, it almost feels like
right there, your eSIM, bro.
Yeah, just scan it. It's right
still
there
yet like I don't know.
Barcode. That's right. You can grab it via digital delivery through the smart online store for only
We'll see how he does it on MPH.
That's the smart eSIM. Get to it. This is the future.
Future is now.
I think Leo's vibing right now with the goatee and mustache, man. It's a vibe.
What's to do now for these two teams? Because I have a question, gentlemen. Yes, a season has passed.
MSC 2021, bro. That's not even, bro.
Tournaments have passed, but it still feels like
that was 3 years ago, plus MSC 3 years ago when MSC like really.
Maybe just different or improved versions of it. But from my point of view, it feels like nothing has changed between them. And even though Haji's like filling in for the shoes of the Hitman Renegade, sorry to remind you, Leo, I know how much it stings you. And I know it also stings you there, Rockhard.
Why do you have me too? I'm going to have to see Leo later sulk in a corner again because of that.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, bro.
We've gone through the entire day not mentioning, right?
We passed almost 24 hours.
Okay, you know what? Here's the thing. Bittersweet that Renegade, the Hitman, is not here. But, again, a little bit of silver lining for Blacks International. Was it not in this very same time in Season 12, early on, that they were also still kind of finding their grounds?
All right. Just a moment, we're going to hear from one of our players, Flap Teasy from AP-Bren. Let's get his thoughts.
You guys don't think we're going to see Blacklist in top 4 this season?
Siguro yung na-discover ko sa sarili ko is yung ano eh. Kahit alam ko naman sa sarili ko na wala akong pag-asa, ganun. Pero di pa rin ako nag-give up eh. Tinutuloy ko pa rin kahit alam kong ano, mahirap. Tinutuloy ko pa rin. Tas ayun siguro yung naging advantage ko. Kaya naging pro player ako kasi parang never ako nag-stop maglaro eh. Yung pagiging committed ko sa laro, yun siguro yung pagkaiba sa ibang players.
AP-Bren's Flap Teasy sharing us his version of his championship mindset. Because we remember, Flap Teasy was one of the most, if not the most successful rookies of all time.
Prime Benny Cutie or Prime Marco? Oof, I don't know. That's tough. I think they're both really good. Just slightly different play styles, maybe.
One of the legends, living legends of our league. Determination.
And all of that boiling down.
I think Benny Cutie.
You know, because
I don't know. I think like.
Just because you fall.
I think where Benny Cutie really gets you was all the backdoor plays that he had. You know, like that was like.
He started to come up into our radar about 2018, into early 2019, and then
you're also talking to an Echo fan, so like.
And he's never looked back. I think there's very few athletes in our great game that has a same roller coaster ride.
Here's the thing, though. I think Marco still has like.
Timing, up and down, success and failure, learning, and then
a lot going for him.
Prime, like Flap Teasy.
I think.
You know what? Looking back in history, he's
I think Marco can still go up.
Who has the same story and the same trajectory.
And I think now I fully understand why when during the interview of him winning the M5 Grand Finals MVP, he just said it's surreal.
Surreal.
Because again, that journey he went through. And finishing a chapter of his story where he became the World Championship MVP. Now we fully understand why Flap Teasy is the legend that he is.
Yeah, that's coming from a time.
Black went from being #1 to competing for top 4. Kind of sad, but that's all. I mean, literally.
He was a little kid watching, and
next to him sitting.
That's PH though.
Right? You saw those.
That's why we like PH. That's why we know it's competitive.
Here in the
Just to explain to people.
Same thing for AP-Bren. Same thing for Echo.
I remember that time. It was a fun time.
He was in the arena calling the matches, and one of the camera bits off game was
went to him.
Yeah,
went to Flap.
He was still a little kid then. He hasn't even like matured into like a teenager at that point. He was just
didn't even hit puberty.
You know
he hadn't even hit puberty.
You know what the best part is?
What?
Deep inside, he's still just the same kid.
Oh yeah.
After their harrowing loss at Snapdragon last year, when they were dropped by BTR. It was BTR, right? Yeah, no. Yeah, they lost Onyx, and then they got dropped by BTR.
on the flight back.
Yeah, I want Echo
I
back
sat
on the
next
world
to
stage. I'm not going to lie.
And we were all sleep deprived. And he was just telling the same story. Sometimes it really do be like that, man. Sometimes.
It do be like that.
It do be like
And then
that.
we just sat there. It's like, yeah, no, you're right. It really do be like that. And again, it's that same understanding of perseverance, of being humble. And this was before he won the Season 12 championship. This was before he became a 2-time world champion. At the time, he was already a SEA Games gold medalist.
Yeah.
But the fact that he understands that this is how life works means you will never catch this kid sleeping. You will never catch him being high on anything that he's achieved because he knows how hard it is to climb back.
And it's so interesting because like his lane counterpart, Edward, though not exactly their stories, like beat per beat, Edward did go through a slump at one point. MPL Philippines Season 9, Blacklist International didn't make it into the playoffs. They weren't able to go into MSC 2022 during that time. So we thought, how long would it be until eventually they became champions of the Philippines at 10, and then they got into M4, though eventually trounced by Echo. They made it to the top of the
Leaving for work in like
the peak, but they were
20 minutes.
So it's interesting to see the journeys of Edward and
I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch
so
game
now
2.
Here in the MPL Arena, we're going to be looking for the smart game face of the day.
My favorite.
Be the next smart game face of the day.
We watching. You watching. Who's it going to be? Yeah, of course, just flash on the hashtag the power of smart on your device in the green background. Put it on your game face and win a redeemable in-game code. Is it going to be it? Looks very familiar.
Oh, Reptar, hope you're ready.
Whoa, that was fast.
Whoa. There we go.
Locked
And
it in.
is that a picture of Vomi? He has a picture of Vomi on his phone.
Happy birthday, by
That's
the way.
Vomi?
Yeah, happy birthday.
Absolutely, happy birthday.
If I'm not mistaken, one of the more vocal and very supportive members of the Hive, of AP Bren.
Sheesh.
I believe we hugged and cried when AP Bren won the World Championship.
The same gentleman.
The same gentleman. I was in the crowd there.
He's a hugger.
You got to do the thing. I mean, you know how it works, right?
Ah, fine. Game face of the day, gentlemen.
What was it? I don't know what happened.
There was something going on
There
there.
was
I
second
can't
half,
explain.
dude. There was second
Oh,
half
there
where
was
he was
second half?
just
It's like-
shivering.
I was like,
Yeah. Impressive.
I can't.
Thank
Well,
you.
we're off to a great start already.
I have been
Day
told
one.
by multiple people I'm a very physical person with actions.
Very physical
There you go.
person.
There you go. He clarified with action.
With
Okay.
actions. I mean, that is what physicality is all about. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Oh, by the way, so as we were discussing, of course, Flapteasy, Edward, what they bring to the table as EXP layers. For teams that are very objective focused,
Right.
the EXP lane, very crucial.
That's right.
So from that part, let's go a little bit closer. Ogwin and Haji. You know Ogwin? Let's talk about what you guys thought of Haji's performance in game number 1 as we head into the draft for game number 2.
Yeah, Haji really tries his very best, but again, the Minotaur doesn't seem to be hitting the right targets today at the very least, right? I feel like he's barely... I feel like the reach of the ultimate just has to expand a little bit, and then you'd be where you want to be if you're
right.
picking Minotaur. But right now, just not quite there yet.
Yeah, it was just but about maybe a month ago wherein he was scoring 5-man implosions, right?
Yeah.
The Minotaur just doesn't allow for that. Again, I agree. Rockhart, maybe you do need to extend it maybe a bit, but he's already a very meta hero. I don't think Moonton's going to buff the Minotaur.
Probably not.
But just the same, I think Blacklist banning the Minotaur means they're going to go for something else. And that's already a great change. If you want different results, you go with the different approach.
Go with the big boy, the big boy.
The Tigreal.
Make it happen.
Tig would be available for Blacklist International if they go ahead and pick it.
How about that show, though?
Oh,
What if they go a totally different direction?
That'd be nasty.
Is that too much to ask?
Throw it back.
Are these new
I've
casters?
seen
Ooh.
a couple of shows in the past.
Who are new
maybe
casters?
split.
What are you talking about? It's
And it still
Rockhart.
works out, honestly. If you want an aggressive jungler who can constantly get info and just constantly be a nuisance, to try and break the tempo of your opponent.
Rockhart's always been an English caster. Leo's always been an
Also
English
very-
caster,
yeah,
and
very reminiscent.
so
Of
has,
how, since we played it when he was back in Onyx in season 10.
so was our boy
It's not that
Reptar.
far off, man. He was one of the first.
Reptar was at
people to do it.
M5.
Those were different times. And
No,
again,
different times, obviously.
a
But, you know,
throwback to season 8.
still it's possible.
When Haji debuted with Blacklist as a roamer, he was
Okay.
playing show. Oh, but that does allow Nolan to come through.
Yeah. One of the... When he did came out. Sensui was one of the most terrifying Nolan players in the league last season. So AP Bren, as expected, when you have someone who goes in for dive, you want to control it. You pick up a Ruby and a
Bonic ID
Minana.
join MPL. Can they reach top 3? Can they? Yes, I think they can. It's also possible for them to not make it. I think yes, it is possible.
Anywhere, he's gonna do so good.
Yep, it's relatively hard to read, but most rubies these days end up in the roam. So with that said, there it is. We were looking for the.
I'm wondering if so. I saw that Butters got announced as an MDL caster. I wonder if he got like permanently demoted or something.
I know everyone who plays. You know, you all love your nanas.
Yeah.
Right now, it's a.
Butters was announced as an MDL-PH caster.
MPL Philippines and. With a
We'll see if he's just doing both. He might be doing both, which is very possible.
With Claude open for the board here, actually, it makes AP Bren think twice of picking that hero. Because if I'm a Claude, I would be quite hesitant to go up against a
Bro,
Minana.
Giggle Galaxy. Stop,
I
bro.
Like that was a good block pick by Blacklist
Stop,
International.
bro.
It's not impossible to make a Claude work here, but it will be difficult.
Even
You're saying Onyx can't beat TNC and Minana?
It'll be less than ideal. So maybe the Harith becomes a hot pickup.
I see it getting banned, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
there it is.
we're going to have to play the Mexican standoff. Like, who pulls the trigger first? Barat's here going to be closing up.
You're saying Onyx can't beat
of,
TNC or
AP Bren's
Minana,
draft.
bro.
So there's their jungler for sure. I like the Barats into the Nolan matchup. I think that's safe. I think you're both coming in from different angles, and neither is prey or predator to the other.
And the way Super Marco played earlier, it won't be out of, possibility to have carry banned out.
Bro,
the Harris,
stop,
carry
bro.
and Harris maybe as well.
Oh man, this is the first
Stop, bro.
time in season 13 that we're seeing, game in series 1 that actually happened too. Gold laners be left out like this.
Onyx lost to AP Bren. AP Bren is the best team in the world. AP Bren is like leagues ahead, bro.
Has there been no Nanas in season 11? Or
AP Bren is like leagues ahead. But let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. Onyx is has still been the #2 team globally.
For digging that up.
Onyx has still been the #2 team globally. We're talking globally #2 team.
Maybe that's where it came from, but yeah, you can't do that anymore.
Now she's real.
Can't do that.
Fulvius banned though, so there's gonna be more heroes with dashes. Oh, they'll still go Claude.
Go for the Claude, man.
Okay, so they're not gonna. They're gonna play into it.
Yep, it's straight up mechanics. Marco just do the thing. Purify for sure is one of the keys to this.
For sure. We'll need to. Yeah, needs to be a little bit more frontline for AP Bren.
Well,
Depending on what the gold laner might be here.
Yeah.
Yu Zhong, Lapu Lapu for APB might look good actually.
Picks like this kind of put pressure on a Nolan pick to be very, very important. Very aggressive early on, because if you don't do it, you might be in trouble.
I think it's still a little too early to talk about weak links or anything like that. I also am not a big fan of being like, yo, this player is the weakest link on the team, and
they still need the physical, and they have a dead lane. And I'm liking this. I like the Brody. That's an additional level of CC that the Claude has to watch out for.
I feel like a Yu Zhong will be really good right now for AP Bren, but again, also like Lapu, just to make
Team
sure
sport, guys.
Can reach the Brody. Really crazy version of that would be a Benedetta for Flab, but we don't see that often.
I mean, throw it out there. It's still a big possibility. Arlot's kind of open, though. I don't know.
Arlot and the Rizzler are open
go
too.
For that.
Again, we're not talking about Sanford and Boots.
And to think that Blacklist actually went for the Thamus.
Again, we're not talking about.
Dead lane. It could have been Thamus or Uranus, but
I'm not saying that Onyx is a guaranteed top 3 in MPL-PH. What I'm saying is they're not going to get their asses kicked by TNC. Let's be very clear, guys. That's just we're talking a little crazy now. Come on, man. TNC who just threw game 1 against Minana Evos, bro.
The only way you can for sure access a backline. No other
Come
hero
on.
is the same.
Let's.
Between the
I'm just saying.
and the Yu Zhong, though, in team fights, I feel like it might be a little bit more difficult.
We're not saying.
Here because there might be
We're not. You guys are now. Where are you?
But the other members are just stopped by the Yuzhong because he's Black Dragon forming and they have to go back.
Yep, it's an absolute way to penetrate a line. The Tams have to do it the old-fashioned way, but the Tams can actually buy time.
Stop making fire thumbnails, Trex.
The lane.
I don't know, bro. I don't think my thumbnails are doing too great right now, bro.
To buy time a lot.
Views are down, bro. I thought for sure my NACT, my MPL ID and NACT week predictions would do better views, but they're kind of like
win this game?
kind of choking
Blacklist
right now.
International falling to AP Bren in game number 1. What we thought would be closer. Suddenly AP Bren hit
Maybe they'll boost up after this, after MPL.
Codebreakers force game number 3. Again, this is the first day of MPL Philippines Season 13. And yes, we are at that point in that metagame where Tigreal and Nana as the roam in mid.
Yes, I Photoshop. I'm not, just to give you guys a heads up, I'm not going to be able to watch all this game.
Discriminating though, they've always been really strong.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Biggest.
Early game fights. I think this is one of the strengths that a Blacklist lineup has, especially since we are playing with a assassin jungler in Nolan. And look at this, they're already crossing the line here.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what they need to, which is what we mentioned before. Just play it very tight, though. But the moment that you have a Yuzhong in the middle, that might be problems here.
Oh, no.
And there you go. The Shaw Essence
Yikes.
damage makes the first blood easy for Kyle TZ.
So it seems like the rotational choice for Blacklist for game 1 and 2 was that, Edward, get out of lane quick because we need you to disrupt Kyle TZ's early
I'm leaving for work in like 5. Actually, no, I have to go get dressed now, actually. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, they're fighting. Kyle!
I just thought about it. It takes me 10 minutes to get to work.
Oh! No way, bro. No
All right,
way.
they get it. Still 2 for 1.
Good, actually.
BRB.
2 for 1.
Okay, so
Still trade though.
Still trades.
Still trade. Got that. AP Brenda with a slight lead here because of their aggressive responses to the aggressive engagements of Blacklist International. The junglers are going to be off their timers though, Leo.
I like how, again, if it's just the lane we're talking about, Edward should have the advantage, but AP Bren aren't playing in the lanes. AP Bren are forcing fights elsewhere, anywhere but.
And for some reason, it always feels like it catches Blacklist by surprise.
Yeah.
It feels like, wait, why is there another guy here? Right? The way they're playing it.
Bottom. They're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you saw
bit of a fadeaway damage.
Yeah, the health willing down. Yep, there's going to be AP Bren Turtle without a problem. So then, let's go on forward. What's next for Blacklist International? Because AP Bren have gotten a good little comfortable lead for them early on here.
All right, I think the play is, number 1, get farm onto Sensui. Number 2, threaten Super Marco. And that's why I think Ogwin has already gone to the measures of protecting Super Marco. Because look at this, there's a 4-man coalition down bottom. This is the next best thing that Blacklist can do. Threaten Super Marco and force AP Bren to respond, and then get Haji to do a solid implosion. All of the previous engagements did not really have an implosion on them. So now maybe Blacklist says it's go time.
And if they do choose a go time, it'll be easy for them to go fight.
And let's see if go time and the fight will be found there again. Don't forget about our aspirant skins. First 10x draw 50% off. The new ones, Changa and Leslie, available now. As we look at the movements of the map, again, jungle control, slow and steady. The two teams who have made a name for themselves of being really smart, playing around timers and objectives. Systematic MLBB. That's what we're seeing here right now. As AP Bren go for a rotation bot side, but no one's going to commit.
Usually,
Very slow paced.
Very slow paced.
You were saying usually.
Usually it's very easy for teams to counter a Barretts. For some reason, this Barretts is just a little too hard to control here early to mid.
Yeah,
Something happened here.
It's that nombo between him and the Nola that's changing it. Oh, dear Lord, there it is.
Dear Lord, there you go. Perfectly layered as well. Nowhere for Edward to go.
Kyle TZ's use of Detna's Welcome is very point blank. Like, he doesn't allow for it to charge, doesn't really leave Blacklist any time to respond and reposition. He always ends up getting the right target.
All right, so with that kill hit there onto Edward, it's going to be positional advantage for AP Bren of this Lord. You not going to get knocked back. That was a little bit of a hairy situation him for there. Purple buff of Kyle TZ just about to spawn, but AP Bren still confidently playing around the mid and around the next spawning turtle.
Yeah, I feel like agents all around the world waiting for Sensui to get going here on this Nolan. who seem to be just having a bit of a hard time finding the targets as well.
Yeah, it's tough to be a Nolan at this point in the game, especially you're down 2K and you have Yu Zhong hunting for you constantly. Wait, what?
Oh, the mid. Whoa, Yua blew up few there out of nowhere. I wish I could have seen how that happened, but Kaltizi still securing that turtle.
Looks like it was an implosion by Haji set things up.
There you go. Yeah, and it was a one-man pickoff. Still allowed for AP Bren to score the turtle again, second of the game. But as I was saying, I think it's wrong for us to think that the only way Blacklist can clap back is through Nolan, through Shinsui. Because again, there's only two things that this hero does, is pick off and kill via cleanups. And if big team fights don't happen, then Shinsui's gonna have to wait. He's very patient. This is what he showed us in the playoffs of Season 12. But right now, looking at the gold gain, they're down maybe 2,000 gold, and it's in the very right places. It's on Super Marco ahead for AP Bren, and of course, in the XP lane. Because again, is it just me or is Flapty so comfortable with this Yu Zhong? He won M2 with a Yu Zhong.
Yeah.
That's right.
He got away without a problem. He's letting out a little laugh with that sticker. AP Bren now making one of their signature plays. A sandwich push behind the first tower at bottom to break it down.
And as usual, if you don't hear us mentioning a gold laner's name, he's probably doing a pretty good job. Being stealthy, making sure he's out of the hairy situations, and getting the gold to make sure he can carry the mid to late.
And the fact that it's Super Marco is actually pushing means it's not exactly peaches for Oheb. Now Oheb has to find elsewhere to farm.
And the more I think about it, I think wait, AP Bren going for an invid.
Is that conceal? Conceal activated? Yeah, just a bit of a deny here. Slow it down. Make sure they can't get the orange buff easily. Haji with a little bit of assist here. Just within leash range, almost.
All right,
got
boys.
it. Still going to Kaltizi.
Don't work. It's bad for your MLBB addiction.
Or 20 even, compared to the spawn. But I understand now the cautiousness of Blacklist International. Anyone who
Work
plays
fit, baby.
in the ranked games understands one of the worst feelings in the world.
Should I just put the Dino Cat on?
So I think that's what just Blacklist is
Put the cat
avoiding
on.
here. They're not giving Kaltizi that big of an ability to snowball like crazy, and AP Bren will just stomp all over them.
Yep, this is the last turtle spawning already. In just a bit,
I create my thumbnails, yes.
Feedback on what exactly this snowballed Barats is building up already. 2, 1, and 2. He was soloing too.
I work in a restaurant.
Oh Lord!
It's there. AP Bren still very comfortable. Sensui!
Sensui could be in trouble, but then again, just not quite there yet. Super Marco, he gets a moment where he knows he can get the kill. That's the only time he goes. Usually just plays very safe, very passively, but in a good way. I don't know how to say that.
Yo, does
the ancient antique Keras rather onto Kyle Teasy, and already you're answering 4 out of 5 heroes from Blacklist.
Let's see something.
It's only Yue that you're really worried about, and
Can I
Yue has
redirect?
to think about Kyle Teasy eating him up too.
Can I redirect to?
What's Kaltizi
Not
building?
quite safe yet.
That's interesting.
I'd like to think half of that inventory isn't reflecting what it should be. So we'll check in just a bit. Yeah.
Check later.
Check in a bit. Unless he's thinking of building something at the top of my head, but you know what? We can revisit it.
That's right.
For sure.
We're okay.
So right now, yeah. At least for Blacklist right now, not really getting, picked off, but with exactly what you're going to go try for. Kaltizi has the hands on Haji. So hard to get out of harm's way here. I don't think anyone could have made it out of that situation.
Yep, Kyle TZ building up to a magic defense item. Can confirm, so he's on his way to maybe a Radiant Armor or the newly improved Oracle, could be. But just the same, he's so tanky. He can face off against a Towns and
I was looking, I saw that Kunaho was streaming. I was going to redirect to him, but
one of their few hopes, I'm really thinking that this could be an approach, is Sensui playing a Lord Dance that is very different from what AP Bren is expecting. That's what we saw in Season 12, but then again, that's about 6 months ago.
That's true. And also quite a tall order to make AP Bren, surprise AP Bren at this point.
Yeah.
Even if he does, and again, there is a small
but he doesn't have redirecting open.
advantage in terms of
Sad.
items where you can't immediately go down. It has to be a slow
All right, guys,
burn when
I gotta
someone
go.
goes down to Sensui.
I gotta go. I'll be watching this. I'll be watching the rest of this game from work while I'm opening up. Much love. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to the like button, all that good stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm out.
Yeah, the smoother damage output here coming in from Super